Hello, hello, hello. I am Legacy Moon, and this right here is True Crime and Mysteries. Welcome, everybody. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay. I woke up at like about 12:58 p.m. And the only reason why I did that is because my dogs was bothering me. They wanted belly rubs and things at that time in the afternoon. And after I fooled with them, I tried to go back to sleep. And then the Hello Fresh people were at my door. My notifications on the phone was going off. So I said, let me go get this mess. And I started watching the Sonya Waller Jackson Day the 15th interview. And I said, well, uh, I'm going to take a nap and do this. And then I said, well, I'm going to go open up my Hello Fresh box and cook some lunch and then do this interview. But actually breakfast lunch because, I didn't get up till the afternoon. I opened up my Hello Fresh box. Now I got two serving size because for me and my sister. And I opened up that box. First of all, they got me wanting to chop. They want me to be chopping up stuff. I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. And some of it is still a little frozen, and the portion size, they're small. Now I don't know what two people those meals are for, but not these two. And I'm not like a big meal eater, but this is ridiculous. Now, according to a friend of mine, and I'm not going to say his name, Urban Media, he said it was for two small white people. So I said, let me put this aside and go ahead and do my live uh, before I take my nap. And then, I might come back tonight with some mess, and I might not. But I'm here right now, and we're going to get into this mess, okay? Now, we had peace talks this week, and I'm gonna try to get through this and be as respectful as I can because we are going to be watching this from the infamous Sylvia channel. Okay, first let me see what y'all doing. Who's in this chat and what y'all talking about? Kenneth 14 is here. Say J, Black but Not Bitter, Blue Bear, Coffee is Brewing, Social Wife Melissa, Bible Lady, said I clicked so fast that that I have my finger you gave yourself a finger concussion. KK Scorpio, Ray Della Lewis, Ken VC, London Pretty New York City Girl is here. Blue Bear, they they call you nasty is here. Okay, Sammy Cakes is here. Justin's mom is here. Mistress Monica is here with some bootleg spaceships. It's too complicated. Says, hey, Legacy Moon and everyone. I enjoyed the show last night. I was listening while at work. You mean to tell me you was trying to work listening to that foolishness? I woke up. Look, when I got up, I just started laughing just because it was 12:58 ball PM. Okay. Oh my gosh. Bible lady, you ready for these shenanigans? Michi 3 is here. Say J Salt and Pepper Tresses. Black but Not Bitter is here. Karen S. Now, Black but Not Bitter, I'm counting on you to keep me on the straight and narrow, okay? I really am. Irie Fives is here. Delicate Dale, Karen S. Dimples Wimples is here. What's up? Coffee is brewing. Shawty is here. Aaliyah TV. Kim F. Shark Tank Life. Life Unleashed. Sensible Creations Sister said I was gifted a membership last night. I just wanted to thank you. That was gifted to you by Shay B. JMM55 is here. Tell the Truth is here. I almost slipped and said to tell the truth. A lady is here. Them folks is here. Who else we got here? Linda is here. Golden Pearl. I know y'all are shocked I'm here this time of day with with some sunshine out. Sideburns Sold Separately is here. Happy to be happy. Skater 75 TDC. Sound check a net. Welcome, y'all, and welcome if you are in the bushes, behind the moon, in between the sun, wherever you are. Hello, 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 and good afternoon to you. Dimples Wimple said, I'm playing dodgeball right now. Native is watching football. Y'all not gonna be in here acting up. So I only watched half this interview. And as per usual, Sonya is, talking about news stories, stating facts, being strong and wrong as usual. She never disappoints. Never. So I want y'all to watch this and be very, look, I can't even say it with a straight face. Be very, very, very respectful in the comments. Oh, Mistress Monica says sports ball. Aaliyah TV said, I didn't know she did an interview. I didn't either. Somebody had told me last night, but we wasn't getting into that because we was here for the show and to have us some fun. Okay, so we didn't get into it. We just, went on about our Legacy Moon Native Tribe Urban Media After Dark shenanigans and had a good old time. So we're gonna do this interview. Now I have for your hearing experience, I have just bumped the speed up a little bit, but if it is too fast, we will go back down to normal speed because it really isn't that long. But I only watched half, and as like I said, strong and wrong, getting facts wrong. It's really funny seeing and hearing the banter between the two of them because it is quite interesting watching them insult each other. Also, baby measure is there in the RV. She trying to play, just ridiculous. And then of course, she ain't watching cartoons because all they do is make you throw tantrums. They teach the babies how to throw tantrums. Okay, so she ain't watching cartoons, she playing. Hey, what's up, Juju D, Sunshine, Rain, and Garden? It's too complicated. Said, thanks for letting me know about the Hello Fresh meal, girl. I better keep cooking. Yeah, and now and the only reason why I got it is because I got a special offer, and it was I ended up for 3 boxes. It only cost me 30 some dollars, which ordinarily it would cost like almost $80. So I know after seeing that mess, I'm canceling that. You ain't gonna be getting me. I could go over to uh I can go to Trader Joe's and get me a box of couscous and a thing of tofu and cook a meal for a couple of people with what they sent me and for less money because I got the vegan meals because I figure we when we cook regularly we cook regular meals, so I got the vegan ones. So because even though I don't eat beef and pork, I still I've used to eat the vegan lifestyle for a very short time in my life, and I want to get back into it halfway. I just want to maybe put like an ankle and two toes in. How that happens, I don't know. Just an ankle and two toes, but that's what we're gonna do. Hey, Southside Chi Town. Um, this is the most boring crap ever. Don't do that. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting because, like I said, Sonya's strong and wrong as usual. So let's get into it. Hey, baby, we're gonna get into it. And I don't know if I did give my poor baby measure in the background warning. Because she's playing and being ignored as usual. T baby, what's up? So I'm gonna hit play and then I'm gonna go get my fan because it's hot. Okay, here we go. I skipped the theme music. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't share the screen. So give me a second. Okay. All right. Oh, I didn't even go to my share. Child, I was sitting up in here so hot and ran to go get my fan so fast. So here we go. All right. I'm finally here. I'm finally here to share. All right. Y'all, I know y'all here for the show. So let the show begin. Like I said, I skipped the theme music, just most of it. Do not be alarmed. It is actually going. We just don't hear anything for a minute. Oh. Hey, glorious love. Where are my manners? Let me do this because, you got to do this. This is a video. And as you've seen in the title, it is reaction. So, fair use disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Also reacting. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. There may be times I forget to use the word allegedly, but please note it is always implied. All right. All right. Let's go, y'all. I promise you it is playing as we speak. We just ain't got to where we need to be yet. That's
Hey,
all.
everybody. Hello, hello,
Hey.
hello. I got my guest,
Yes.
Sonya.
All right.
Am I on?
And yes, you are.
Is it
You're
on?
on.
Okay.
Hey, guys. I got my purple going on.
I see it.
You like the purple?
Hold on. Oh, what did you do? Wait a minute.
Look, I cut it
You
off.
got it. I knew you. I told you you were. I was like, you're not gonna have that hair long.
You know I wasn't going to
It
keep it.
was too thick and it was too much to deal with. I was looking in the mirror today like I'm about to cut mine off.
Girl.
I couldn't take it anymore. I could not take it. I
It's
couldn't
a
take it. I
lot.
was like, oh, no.
Purple is
Yeah.
cute though.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I
Thank
see
you.
you.
I had to do it the first color that I was asking the people in the chat. I think who is the one that says do it purple? But I didn't do it purple. It just came out that way,
It looked kind of
Was a
pink
It looked
purple.
funky, right?
one
It looked
flying
funky, right?
purple.
Right.
One I
Dallas like, Ma,
one
that's your signature. That's your signature. You need to wear it. Like I said, I bet you I won't get it this
flying
color
purple.
again. I bet you I won't.
How that song goes? She was a one flying purple Peter. Anybody who know the words? I don't know the words, y'all. I'm getting the comments up here, y'all. I haven't used it on this screen yet, so that's what we got going on. Dimples, Wimples. Didn't I say we had some peace talks? So we trying to be peaceful, okay? Dimples, Wimples.
Because I mixed two colors together and got this.
Red
So when
and
it grows
blue and
out,
green.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's not permanent. It's semi. It's
It's
semi.
so the more you wash, it's gonna fade out.
Yeah, it's gonna fade out and
semi.
it's gonna get back to my
I
gray.
just
You know
got
I have
one
to
black.
keep my gray.
What? Yeah.
Well, hey Sonya.
Hey,
Hey,
Sylvia,
How are
girl.
hey,
you?
girl.
I'm wonderful. I can't complain.
Hey, girl.
How's the
Hey.
RV life going?
Real life is fine.
Going,
It's
going,
fine.
But I
gone.
got one foot in it and one foot in it. I'm looking for a house. But
Oh,
yeah,
they just
I
not that
said I was
fine
doing
then.
it
You
for
don't like
six
it,
months.
huh?
No, I said I was going to do it straight for 6 months, and then at the end of 6 months, I would either I'm gonna keep my RV. I like it. I was going to either just fall back into a house and do part time RV.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do,
What?
part time.
Tell me, what do you like about it and what you don't like about the RV living?
There's nothing I dislike about it.
So why you want to go back to the house then?
Because I have the baby,
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
so it's not a lot. I mean, it's not a lot of space for her.
Okay.
I
Duh.
removed the table so she can run,
Mhm,
back and forth. I took the table out,
mhm,
and I went and bought like a portable table I could put up and put down.
mhm.
So that made a huge difference. And now her toys are in there.
So here's the thing. You knew you was gonna end up getting that child back. Why you went out and put that glass table up in there is beyond me. But I'm so glad that the baby is not going to be in there with that glass table, at least, because I know that that's what she that was her, intent, was having that little glass table in there. So I'm glad she had sense enough to go and get something that was a little bit more child friendly. I am very glad she did that. Why won't my little thingies come up? But anyway, I'm trying to make this bigger, y'all. Maybe that's the end. But anyhow, yeah, I don't know why she did that, but at least we know she's not running around with that big old glass table in there. A lady said the baby needs a real bathroom and running water. I can't imagine having a baby and not having running water or a real toilet for that matter. B. Danae says, so did she not know the tin can wasn't suitable for a toddler? And does she plan on keeping the baby full time for the next 18 years? I don't know about the next 18 years, but I do know about the next 6 months. And she plans on keeping her for the next 6 months. So, she will be in there. Let me get these comments up bigger so I can see them and so y'all can see them. Okay. There we go. I don't like that though. That's not looking distant from edge. Okay, there we go. That looks a little better, I guess. Let me see. All right. Yeah, cooking with grease now, y'all. Let's get back into it.
Um, but I don't think my RV, if I had purchased something a little bit larger, then it would be no issue. That's
Okay.
not ideal for a 2 year old.
Yeah. Yeah. She needs space. to run
She needs
around.
a little bit more space and she can't see. She's like on the floor. The windows are kind of too high. So it's like she's enclosed and I don't want her to, you know what I'm saying, get some type of
Fall.
mental issue behind that. She can
Yeah.
stand on the couch and see that way, but when she's on the floor, it's like so I want to make sure that she
Again, this is something. Let me shut up, because you got to take something like that into consideration before you go and get a child and put them in that environment. And I don't care if she did take the table out and get something for her that's a little bit more reasonable and something she can store her toys in. I don't care. That is just too small for a child. Now if you were a single mom and all you can afford was that, for whatever reason, it's either that or be homeless, I could see it. We make adjustments where we can and how we can, but living in that camper is a choice she made. Going to get Measure after Measure was back with her mother or whoever she was with, here again, is a choice she made. So, you know that's just me. A lady said, Michi 3, I will never forgive IS for selling a video of a child having a mental breakdown. Trash to me forever, but I can be civil. Right. I still think, I still think that was wrong. Y'all heard me. Y'all heard what I said. So, anyhow, Sensible Creations sister says, is that what she thinks will give her a mental issue? Of all things. How about when I hurt myself, I'm crying, and you're telling me to shut up because just because you fall and hurt yourself, that's no reason to cry? How about that is going to give it a mental issue? But I digress. Freedom keeps missing me says she's having mental issues living in that can and passing it off on that poor baby. Chick-fil-A gal said, I truly believe Sonya's line about Measure's home life, probably just a sorry mom. Yeah, I don't believe that woman is on, strung out like Sonya says and living in a car and all. I don't believe that. Um, Warren Harass says Sonya does not know how to tone down her language. She's speaking of, oh, listen, yeah, of murks, robberies, and just speaking vulgarities around the little one. That's not cool. Sylvia, she has a baby with her. But Sonya brought that up. And she's talking about that in front of her, but yet cartoons make you throw tantrums.
you know she's cool.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All
So
right.
yeah,
So
I'm keeping my RV though because I still want to do my trips and everything. So
that's what I like about RV living is where you can go all the way long distance. You don't have to worry about having a bathroom. You don't have to worry about
right.
finding some place to cook because you can have all that right there, and you don't have to worry.
Hmm.
So that's why I want to get to that point of having that, like, especially doing these trials and stuff. I can go to all the different state trials and be able to not worry about my lodging. You know what I mean? I would have some place to stay inside the RV.
It's
But some
perfect if
place
you
I don't know
travel.
how safe it would be. Some place, you know what I'm saying? But
Right, because well, I did a couple truck stops on my
Okay, here comes a lie and misinformation that is getting ready to happen as we speak. But I just think it's it's just an imposition. I honestly, the van life, those people who have families and they're in their converted buses and stuff. Uh, you know, yeah, is it a good thing for kids to go around the world and to see things? Yes, but the way some of those kids are stacked up and the isolation that they sometimes feel. I know kids who have kids who know kids all over the world, and it's not because they lived in a bus or an RV and drove around it. It happens. I mean, you can get a pen pal. They used to do it all the time when I was in school. There are children whose parents are in the military, so you don't have to have a van or an RV or a bus converted over to get to allow your children to have exposure to things. You just don't. Mixtress Monica said, I will say this again, regardless of how I feel about IS, when she fixes herself up, she looks better than Boneytail. No shade, all shade. No tea, no shade, right? Hey, us as in we seniors need love too. It's too complicated. So here we go with the lion hen again. And yes, you're getting ready to hear them. They getting ready to start coming. Sonya is an attention seeker and loves playing games on YouTube streets. Sonya rented a camper, not an RV, but it was temporary. And I'm gonna tell you something else too. She can say, "Oh, they're in our business. They keep talking about us." But why you keep going on YouTube talking? Okay, let's take the phone calls and stuff out of the equation. You are still going on this show every couple of Fridays, making an appearance. Why? If YouTube is so bad, if the people in the YouTube streets are so bad, why are you doing it? Just why?
my travels. I did go to truck stops, and I did do
I bet you
what is
did.
that called, Crackle Barrel,
mhm.
until I found out that they were kidnapping people in bathrooms, and I was like, I ain't going there no more.
Whoa, for real? Kidnapping
Yeah,
folks in bathroom?
this girl went. She drove 30 miles to an interview, and they kept asking her these specific questions. It didn't make sense, and so she went to the bathroom. You see her on camera going to the bathroom, but you don't
Mhm.
see her leaving. Her mother was like frantic. They found her, I want to say 2 weeks, 4 weeks later in the back of a truck. She was still alive.
Oh, thank God.
She was
Oh,
still alive, but they found her. She was getting transported. And so they found out that in the bathroom that it
Now, before she goes on, I am going to do this because this is misinformation or lie number one. First of all, girl, if you was going to truck stops, let me shut up. But anyhow, let me get it because I was curious. So as she's being interviewed, I'm doing some googling because I'm like, she don't get nothing right. And if this is true, why hadn't I heard this? This is the first time I've heard it. It says, while the headline "Girl Kidnapped at Crackle Barrel" may refer to a recent viral story about a woman named Kiana Reeves, the most prominent real life case involves an adult woman who escaped a kidnapping and ran to a Cracker Barrel for help in 2016. What year is it, uh, you guys? It is 2025 ball, okay? This happened in 2016. Now, let me finish now. The viral stories about Kiana Rivas are unverified and false information. It was a viral hoax. hoax. In September of 2025 ball, social media posts circulated a story about a woman who ran into a bathroom in a Cracker Barrel in Detroit, and this was all fake. It was all fake. It didn't even happen. But she doubled down and I don't know what the story. Like I said, I had never who is this at 30 years ago? Who said that? TDC 30 years ago, right? She stopped going because she found out they was kidnapping people and trying to traffic them. Never happened. But I didn't see the viral story. I don't tend to watch a lot of true crime stuff on TikTok. If I am there, it's for some giggles because I know a lot of those people over there, and that's not to diss a content creator, but a lot of them either don't verify or they make it up as they go. Because before I would put a story like this on my channel, I'm a look for it. I'm gonna look for it. I'm not gonna just start willy nilly, and that's what I do with all the stories. I look for it, and even if I find some things, I'm like, that still don't sound right. I'm gonna wait a minute to see, what else happens. So I revised it. Lie number 5. No, I'm sorry. Lie number 5 ball. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, here we go with her already. Hey, Eve has many faces. Queen of the South says side hen only rented that camper to prove something to YouTube. I agree. And Nasty Nestor, because she thought he was coming home and was going to live in that camper, but that just was not going to happen. He is not going to live in a space that small. And why would you want to put him in a space that small? He just got out of sharing a bunk with somebody, making Freedom come every night. Why would you want to put him in that space?
It was that some, secret passage where they were. And I don't even know what state this is in.
The secret
But
passage.
yeah, Cracker Barrel. Yeah, human trafficking. Yeah, that was, and she was a Black girl.
Wow.
So
Thank God.
yeah, she was like 18 years old. Yeah, but she survived.
That's good. Oh wow.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm not going to there no. I'm not going to those parking lots no more. So I do the truck stops or the rest area when I travel.
I'm not going to those parking lots anymore. How many people in this chat can say, I'm not going to those parking lots anymore and parking my camper and staying for 3-4 weeks. I remember being a little girl and my dad, like, because he did all the driving, long distance and stuff. My mom didn't do that. And there were times where we would have to stop and him, take a nap or something. We never stopped. If we stopped in the nighttime, we was going to a hotel. Okay, that was number one. But when, the times we did have to stop, like in the evening or something for him to take a little nap, we did it at rest stops. We didn't just go to any parking lot and stop. And this was back when I was a kid. So, Sari Colette said, who is the redhead? Y'all tell her who the redhead is. Nikki G said, wait, yeah, she has new hair, y'all. She has new hair. Salt and Pepper Trusses said that story didn't sound right from the jump. No, it didn't. She said that she was taken from a Cracker Barrel. They found her in the truck. She had been missing, and they finally got her. They found her. First of all, we had social media in 2016, but back then stories didn't just travel like they do now. So where would you have heard this? Where would you have heard it, Sonya? This sounds like one of the late night TV shows. Ooh, they found her in a truck. What did they do? Put GPS on her? The truck. How did they find her, Sonya? Because trust me, when people are taken to be trafficked, it is a very slim chance that they're found. Okay, so there would have been no way. It's easier to find people now than what it was back then before we had cameras spying and the internet spying on us. Okay, it was hard back then to do it.
But once I get to where I'm going, it's always a driveway.
Do you find yourself taking longer to go to certain places now that you have an RV because you could, take your time?
You take your time because you're already home. So I'm at my destination, but not at my destination because everything I need is with me.
Okay.
Hey, old man Johnson's farm. I have never slept in anybody's driveway. Not on purpose. She's sleeping in driveways on purpose. Now, if you're someone who is homeless and who's living in your car and you have had to sleep in somebody's driveway, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. And if you got a friend whose driveway you sleeping in and they won't let you come in the house, that's saying something about you. But anyhow, here's another thing some of y'all can't say. Y'all slept in people's driveways on purpose.
I got you. I got
So
you.
it wasn't bad. Traveling wasn't bad, except for when I picked her up because she was sick. So she was sick for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So that made when I went up north a longer drive because I kept having to pull over with her.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's fine. But again, it's just a little too small for her.
Yeah.
So I got the 8th class, the bus. She been fine.
So are you thinking about a house or a townhouse or apartment? What are you thinking?
I need a house because I need to be able to put my vehicle in the lane, in the yard.
I got you.
So I'm looking for at least a half acre.
Okay.
Or better. No, you're not getting that. We're not doing that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I want to do that. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I got a sticker from Queen of the South. Thank you so much, Queen of the South, for the super sticker. This is another thing. Okay, you picked this baby up. When you went to get her, she was sick. Not we was on the road driving, she got sick, none of that. When I picked her up, she was sick. So we was on the road for 2 weeks with her being sick. First of all, how did you drive with a sick baby? I know how sick babies are. I know how they are. Shoot, my sister is over 60 ball. She's sick right now. And there would be no way in the hell I would be in a vehicle with her driving and she's sick. I mean, make it make sense. Make it make sense. But that's what she said she did, y'all. That girl said, I'm wondering how much Side Hen done spent on Nasty Nesto by now. Yeah, that is an interesting interesting question. Jane says, so no money for Nesto. Del Sol says, so is it the windows for the mental health or your funds is just low? I'm telling you that rental on that Airbnb is up because I swear that was either an Airbnb or a vehicle she couldn't afford to pay for and they just found her. Let's see. I Revived said, I knew it was too small and I'd never been in an RV. Has no common sense. I've been in a converted van. I've been in an actual RV because that's a camper. Well, they tell me it is a class whatever RV, but I don't even want to, like, if I'm gonna do van life, bus life, whatever. I don't want anything that's small. That's too, as a solo person, that's too small for me. And I need a toilet that works and a shower, preferably with a bathtub attached to it. So, and you went with a sick baby on the road and you're driving with her and you don't even have running water. What if and I don't know what she means by sick, but what if the poor baby is, throwing up or whatever, or has a fever? It's just not smart parenting, if nothing else. Not smart parenting.
I'm excited, but I'm kind of hating it because I've looked at a couple houses and I'm like,
it's taking a long time to make a decision. Is it? I mean, what is it that you're looking for in the house, other than
a nice kitchen, nice bathroom? I don't really need a lot of closet space because I downsized so tragically. What, little girl?
So do you have to buy all new furniture?
No, I actually don't. Just 1 or 2 pieces, but not all new furniture.
Okay. You're gonna get stuff from storage or something like that?
Remember I put stuff in storage.
Yeah.
And so I do have, my furniture is only 2 years old.
Okay.
The furniture that I had. No, it's only, I bought it when I was in Miami. So it's only 2 years old. And my couch I bought when I came to Georgia. I bought the couch. That's the only thing I bought.
I'm getting. Sonya, you see how slim I'm getting? I'm gonna be slim like you soon.
Let me see. Hold on. I took my glasses off. Let me see how skinny you are. I'm trying to get my weight up.
Well, you can.
I see it in your neck.
But
in your chin.
My clothes, my dresses, and my this top here is like so loose on me now.
Mm-hmm.
My
Mhm.
boot's falling out.
So we'll see what you're looking like in the summer, next summer. You know what I'm
Hello.
saying? Skinny Mammy.
You'll take me to the beach.
Right, road trip.
Hey, oh,
Because I want to spend
Lollipop.
a month in the Keys. That's the goal. I just got to find a driveway. Because they do have um, RV parks there, but because it's like a whole vacation spot, they charge you like $1,800 to park.
Really? Look,
Yeah.
thank you, Lolly Time. Lolly Time says, Sylvia, you can rent Sonya's RV while I'm in the
house.
Yeah,
That
you
is
know
true.
what? That sounds like a great
That is true.
idea.
Yep, that is
That
true.
was a great idea, especially if I'm gonna do the that case, the Nelly case, the Melly.
Who was Nelly? Who? Not the rapper.
It's in Florida. It's the rapper, not Nelly, but it's
Oh,
Melly.
Melly.
NW Melly. Yeah, because
Oh, he's in Florida. What part?
he's in Fort Lauderdale, I think. Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, that's in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, it's close to Miami. So.
Oh yeah, I gotta see if my son-in-law gonna still be in his spot because he's got a yard, that I could park the RV while you're down there too. Because he's got the hookups and everything. He got water. He's got power.
Y'all hear her giving me
and he's got he want to borrow it in December to go to Tennessee. He was because he.
Oh no! Mine is not gonna be until his child's probably not gonna be until 2026, something like that.
Oh my God! Hasn't that boy been in jail for like 3 years already?
I remembered I was on mute. Okay, so doesn't everybody already have the hookups? Like if you have a home, whether you own it, buying, renting, doesn't everybody have hookups? I mean, like you can hook up, and when I say hookups, not actual charging stations. I'm talking about. She said he has water, electricity, all that. Don't do y'all have water and electricity at y'all's house? I'm just asking. Hey, Libra Queen, Mimi, and somebody else. Woo wop. So check this out. I am right along with Ray Della Lewis and Crystal Carrington. Ray Della Lewis said, "What son-in-law?" Crystal Carrington said, "Now she got a son-in-law. Her daughter is in Georgia." Okay, where did the son-in-law come from? And when did she live with him? And if that heifer was my mother-in-law, she wouldn't park at my house. Mm-mm, not at all. Now, maybe that's just me, but no.
More than 3 years. It's been like 4 or 5 now.
That's criminal. That's criminal in itself. And they won't give him a bond.
Nope.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll check it out with my because I stayed there the last couple of days when I was down there. I stayed in his space, which I actually liked more than where I was at because it was secure. He had 4 walls and he has 24-hour security, armed guard. So that was actually a better situation for me.
Because the one where you at now.
Why does she have a son-in-law who has 24 hours armed security and an armed guard? I ask you, what on earth? What does he do? If he's not a celebrity of any type, be it ball player, singer, rapper, whatever, why does he have that? I can only think of one reason why someone would need armed security and an armed guard. One reason. In Florida. One reason at all. I can think of that one reason why they would have that. Black but not bitter said what I was thinking when I first heard this. That perhaps it's Tomas's mate. I was thinking that. I didn't say it, but I was thinking it. But it is my duty, since it was written in the comments, it's my duty to repeat it, read the comments. Salt and Pepper Trust says, I may be wrong, but y'all just stay trying to make me violate the peace treaty. She says, I may be wrong, but Aya's neck looks suspicious. My mother's neck looked like that, and she had to have her thyroid gland removed. Oh yeah, that my mother. I never saw my mother's neck look like that, but she had to have that same thing. She took the pill that the radiation thing. It's too complicated, said Sonya. You told YouTube that life was better in the camper than living in an apartment or house. How your furniture is 2 years old and you bought it in Miami, but you moved to Atlanta 2 years ago. Make it make sense. And what you're going to further hear her say is, so she bought that, and that's 2 years old, but she also bought furniture when she moved to Atlanta. Queen of the South says, son-in-law, you've got to be kidding me. Sighed in. Bet crazy.
No?
Hmm. Oh, where
Goiter.
I'm at
That's
now is
it.
fine.
That's what it's called, a
Oh, where I'm
goiter.
at, fine. I'm in the suburbs.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, I'm
the
in the suburbs.
suburbs.
I'm in
Okay,
the suburbs.
suburbs.
Yeah,
Okay, suburbs.
yeah, I'm in the suburbs right now.
So,
Yeah, so
um,
that whole thing is a drag.
so how's everything been the last couple of weeks? I haven't talked to you in a while. How's things been?
We're at a standstill till we get to court. So
We.
that's that.
Yeah,
We,
but you know it's
we.
not going to. I did send you the thing on with them
With the
filing.
appeal.
Yeah, well, they haven't actually filed it yet, but I've been looking at the docket for the appeal court because I won't know the number. I have to go by the lower court's number and keep checking each time. So that's what I've been doing is checking that. But the judge gave them the okay to appeal. So we'll see what happens. So have you talked to him? Because I know you hadn't talked to him in a while.
No, I hadn't that day. He responded to me that day, actually.
Okay.
It was a day I didn't hear from him.
But he's how is
It
he?
was okay, it was Sunday was the last, and I think I talked to you Monday, and then an hour after I spoke to you, he sent me a text.
Okay. So how is he mentally?
He's fine.
Okay.
He's fine.
All right.
I'm sure. Like they posted the next day, so we've been texting and talking and did a video call. So they always post crap the very next day. So
yeah, I don't get a chance to watch.
Yeah, you don't watch all that crap.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And plus, I went to New York. I went to New York, and I was doing. Yeah, I went to New York. Yeah, I went to New York, and I was going to go and cover his sentencing, right? But I had my own thing going on, and then when I got to court, I found out that my attorney had texted me that morning and told me he wasn't feeling well. He was sick. He had already reached out to the judge and told the judge that he was sick.
So you got a continuance. You didn't even go to court.
I did go, but I have to show up because if I don't show up, they'd be like,
right,
warrant out for it.
Also, you did go, but they just didn't do anything.
No, they didn't do anything. So it's just still same old waiting. Just waiting and waiting.
You have the freedom to be outside waiting instead of in a cell waiting.
Amen. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. I don't.
That right there makes a huge difference. Yeah. Huge difference.
Thank you. Yeah, they're giving me so many compliments on my hair. I feel so honored.
Yeah, because it kind of took 20 years. And my glasses aren't the best.
There we go.
It looked like it took 20 years off of you.
There she go with the crap. There she go, y'all. It's never.
That gray is completely gone. When you get rid of the gray, and I kept telling Yvette that because Yvette is gray like you, and I kept telling her, that gray add years. I'm just saying.
I embrace my gray, ma'am. I embrace my gray.
You can embrace it. But when you're not gray, it does make you youthful. So you do look like you lost 20 years.
Let me explain something also to you. When I did a ponytail, I looked youthful too. So what are you talking about?
You did look like you lost
gray.
You lost 10 years with the ponytail, but you lost 20 years with that color.
You know what?
Okay, let's get on this. The nerve. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I do like this, and I do like the haircut, and I'm glad she did it. Okay. Instead of looking unhoused like she did in New York. Oh, go on it. I know I keep seeing the peace treaty, and some people are in confusement on I don't know what night, Wednesday night, I believe. It was myself over on Nyla's channel, Villanor, myself, Native, and Sylvia, and we kind of talked. There were other people invited, but they didn't hit the link yet. They were in the chat. They accidentally y'all never mind. Let me just stop. But anyway, so that's what we're talking about, and we kind of hashed out how some of the things we say hurt Sylvia's feelings. And I told her, I would not make fun of her not being able to read, but now I ain't gonna let that thing with the S's go. Now I told her that. So we did that, and it was very productive. And I know that it wasn't very popular with some people because I was reading the chat, and some people didn't like it that we were up there. And like Nyla said, it's not like we're gonna be, having picnics and barbecues and painting each other's toenails. No, that's not what that was. If you did not see it, I think Nyla still has it up. But sometimes people, you have to look at things and get it for what it is, and really see what you were supposed to have saw. And some people just, they weren't getting it, and they didn't like that we were all talking. Meanwhile, Sonya thinks that all of us black women are bitter black bitches, but we showed that we could get up there and be civil and talk. And even Native was up there and was civil. But so that's what happened. That's what happened on Thursday night. And I think Nyla still, because I know she had asked us, did we, should she leave it up or put it down? And we said, leave it up. People need to see it. So it's still, I know it was up last night. I don't know if it still is now, but if it is and you haven't seen it, you go on over there and get a look at it. But Sonya wants to talk about taking years off life. Now she gonna tell y'all. Let me tell you, I have seen some gorgeous women in their 70s, all that silver hair, gorgeous, looking good. And it wasn't too long ago, and it's probably still going on now, where people in their 20s and 30s was literally going out buying weave that color. So you can't listen to anything this heifer say, not one thing. But I do think that this haircut and that style and that color does look decent on her. I really do like that. Karen has said it's cute on her, and Sonya hated that. Yeah. Meanwhile, where are you at, Sonya? Why are you behind a picture? Like that heifer who wanted to know, said, when we gonna see the real legacy? Well, you've seen the real legacy, but just in case, I let her know and put it on my community wall. There's always one. Hey, Diva Shawnee. Yes, salt and pepper tresses. She says she loves every bit of her gray. Where is salt and pepper tresses? Every bit of it. She loves her silver hair. Okay, and like I said, these people be looking gorgeous with that hair. Now me, I don't want mine. Miss Gigi says, I believe Sonya played y'all with her whiny ass voice. Sorry, but that's how I feel about it. I believe. Oh, Sylvia played us with her whiny voice. She didn't play me. I know she didn't play Native. She didn't play V. She didn't play. I mean, she may have that voice, but people saw like that. It would. And am I saying all truths were told? No, because I heard a couple of lies. I did, but I wasn't played, and I don't think anybody else was played with what happened. Like I said, I know it was, everybody didn't like it, but oh well.
Just saying. What do people say?
But there you go. There you go. You can't even be positive about
That
that.
ain't positive. That's
That is not positive.
If somebody say you look
You're
20 years
telling me
younger,
I
that's
look
a
like an old
compliment.
hag. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me I look like an old hag.
No,
Yes, you
no.
are.
I'm saying when you rinse the gray out, it took 20 years off of you. Now it could be that you look like you were 30 and it took 20 years off of 30, or you looked 40 and it took 20 years off of 40. I just said it just took 20 years off of you. Didn't say you
Not
look
even
old.
5, y'all.
I
She
just
was
said it
6
took 20
months.
years off of you. So now there's that.
Kendra, mind your business. Kendra, I agree, Sonya. Mind your business.
Thank you. It
Mind your
did.
business.
Right.
Mind your business.
That's her trying to make it seem like it's
All
an
y'all get on
insult.
my nerve
But
now.
embrace it. I said
For
it
real,
took
y'all
20
get on
years
my
off
nerve
of
now.
you.
For real, I'm about to block. I'm gonna have a block party in a minute.
Why somebody said something to me?
Yeah, they saying I agree with Sonya. That is.
Oh, that ain't me. That was a compliment. Because I didn't start off by saying you look like an old hag. I just said.
I don't think Sonya knows how to give a black woman a compliment. A lady says, IS was lying about Wisdom's daughter. I'm in confusement about the entire Wisdom's daughter part. Yes. And that's what when I said was their lies told. And I said, yes. Yes, it was, because that, I know that was a lie, because I mean, I don't know if she knows, but we saw Wisdom's daughter. So in case some of y'all don't know, I will tell y'all that Sylvia said that uh Wisdom's daughter was a subscriber, was in her chat, knew she was going to be at the barbershop, and so when she pulled up, she was sitting there waiting for her. But what she doesn't know is that before she pulled up, we knew Wisdom's daughter was sitting there, because she made a video while she was sitting waiting for Sylvia, who was at the McDonald's drive-through. She was sitting there waiting for her and talked about how they were supposed to be meeting and everything. Now, I don't know, because I know Wisdom's daughter, until people were telling her later, didn't know Sylvia was live while she was driving. So there were videos made before any of this started. Now, what I didn't realize, and I got clarification on, was that the trip was 2 days. So what the beauty shop and the barber shop was one trip, and then when they went to Erica's house was a whole nother day. I thought it was all the same. Hey, some more tweet. I Revive said a lady, I believe it. Plus, she didn't address doxing content creators to Nesto. Yeah, that was a complete that was a complete. That's what I was saying. That all truths weren't told. Um, a lady says, exactly. I was there and I heard the whole thing. Yeah, I was there too, and I remember. You can't rewrite history if videos have been made and not taken down. You can't rewrite it. So, and I saw it, and I remember it.
It
Y'all know I may not remember everything, and I may not can always keep this Nesto stuff straight in my head, but that I remember.
took the curler took 20 years off of you,
Thank
which
you,
it
Lord.
did. And the weight loss. Now watch when you finish losing the weight you want to lose and how young you're gonna look when you lose the weight. Not saying, anything bad from the start part, but an
Right.
improvement is always an upgrade. So you'll always look younger and better.
All right,
Not
man.
meaning you started off in a foul
Okay,
place.
okay. Can we go? Can we move on now? Get off. Get off
I had to
me now.
elaborate because
Get
you
off
took
me.
it there. I'm not mean like most people.
Here we go. Can we leave people alone? Leave people out of it.
I'm just saying people in general, not specifically. I'm just saying I'm not mean like most people. I don't. I'm. It's a compliment. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like a compliment because
That's because that's something that you have issue with. That's not what I said though.
But you did say, oh, it took 20 years off.
It did take 20 years off for you. Now, what starting point you want to put it at? That's on you.
20 years.
You don't think you look younger?
And
Do you
the
not think you look
lie
younger?
detector says that's
Do
a
you think
lie.
you look younger? How about that?
Yeah, I can
Okay,
take that.
then,
You look
see?
younger, but
Okay, then. So what's your point? See?
crap. We got, no, I ain't
It
gonna.
took 20.
Now, what Sonya is insinuating is that silver hair makes you look old, and so does being fat. Well, Sonya, I'm here to tell you, I've been fat most of my life. Have I lost over 100 pounds? Yes, I have. Have I gained a few pounds back? Yes, I have. But I still, never got down to the size 7 that I thought I would. But nevertheless, I've been beautiful my whole life, bitch. So I don't know what you talking about. I do not know what you're talking about. Hey, Prima Wanda. Chick-fil-A girl says, Sonya, no one, I mean, absolutely means no one gives a fuck what you think. If you, whether you mean it or not. Okay, we don't take anything you say seriously. Okay. B. Williams says, Sonya got 20 pounds of bags under her eyes. Okay. She need to get some of that cream because she sure does.
Years off. Exactly. You look younger. So it took 20 years off for you. Accept the compliment. That's how we do it.
Her now, y'all.
Like when I wear my hair in a ponytail, it takes years off of me. But when I wear my hair down, because I don't do the Botox and all that, you see the wrinkles and I look older.
Whether it's in a ponytail, whether it's all down, whether it's in that mushroom you be liking to wear, it don't matter. We know you 57 balls on you. It just all day long. So we don't care how you wear your hair. Okay.
So I keep the ponytail so I don't have to do Botox. And I don't like combing my hair anymore. So
can we move on?
Go ahead, girl. Show. I'm just,
Next topic. We're going to talk about current events. I don't know if you heard about the young man, Kyrie. What's his name? Kyrie?
The football player that they lied on.
Yeah, the one that took his unalive himself because
full court.
Precious.
Now watch how Sylvia got to school this girl about courtroom procedures and police procedures and things. Miss Paralegal, 35 minus 25 equals 10, paralegal. She been in the legal field all her life, but don't know procedures. Hey, Pen Pal 50. Hey, Bootleg Dreams.
The pressure that he was feeling, he felt that, with them blaming him and stuff like that. So, and he ended up taking his life. And the prosecutor basically is the one that basically cleared him because the police lied.
Here we go.
Prosecutors at fault as well.
Huh?
Prosecutors at fault as well.
Why are you saying the prosecutor said
Because the
that?
prosecutor sees all before they charge you. They see everything.
They were taking it to the grand jury. They had not even.
No.
They were
So
taking it to the grand jury. They had not taken it to the grand jury yet.
but listen, even the fact that they still held charges on him. Okay, so if you ever like I watched First 48 for like 20 years. And before they charge anybody, they call the prosecutor and they go over the evidence, and then the prosecutor tells them, charge
Yeah,
him.
but here's
They
the
tell
thing.
them to charge him, right? So the police has only so much power, which that cop lied and started it. But the prosecutor has to look at the evidence before they even go any further on the case. They let the news outlet smear his name. They let the newspapers smear his name, just like the Central Park Five. It started with the police, of course, and then the prosecutor took it a step further when they could have squashed it.
Here's the thing.
Okay, look, first of all, here we go. Now, it's the prosecutor. They're at fault too. How is he at fault? The prosecutor is the one who cleared him. Oh, when they arrest you, they can't charge you unless they go to the prosecutor. They can't substantiate the charges of what they arrest you for. Now, sometimes arrest warrants go out for your arrest after investigations have been done. But say somebody says, "Oh, this person was pal by that person," and the police go and arrest, they might sit in jail, and then it's decided that, oh no, it wasn't him, and they let him go. This is what happens, like what happened to that guy that I'm gonna do that story tonight. The football player who they arrested, him and his daughter at the airport, had him lay on the ground, all that for suspected attempted unaliving. And come to find out, not only because of course he fit the description. Mind you, he was at the airport, had just got off an airplane, okay? But he fit the description, and the car fit the description, and all of these things. Now, this was a black football player. When they went and got the actual person who did it, it was a fat white man. Okay. So that is far from fitting the description. But Sonya gets it all wrong. And she's going to further go on to say that, he probably, this player that they're talking about, unalived himself because, the prosecutors lied on him, the police lied on him. He ain't have no family support. What are you talking about? I can't remember that guy's name. I don't know if it's Kyrene, whatever. I know that he did unalive himself, but he had plenty of support. His mother and father was shouting to the rooftops. Okay, he had the support. So he felt like his career was over. He was destroyed by this story that did not even really happen. And it's unfortunate he unalived himself, but to say, oh, he didn't have any family support, that's not true. He had family support. So here again, we've got Sonya getting things wrong. And it's bad when Sylvia has to correct you and let you know this is what the procedures are. And no, that's not what happened. And yes, he did have family support.
It goes to the police, puts in a report, and then they go to the judge. The judge the police ask for a warrant. The prosecutor don't come in until the person is arrested and all that, and they put the paperwork in. But for them to even get a warrant for their arrest, they go to the judge. So you might as well blame the judge too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Everybody involved.
Look at that.
Because that video, first of all, the witness didn't sign the statement that the police made him say, which was that the charger caused.
Oh, and by the way, I meant to mention, sorry for stopping y'all, but I meant to mention, she says, look at the Central Park Five. Yeah, they were framed, but they weren't framed with evidence. The police officers made these little boys who were questioned for hours and hours and hours, not being in the presence of an adult like they should have been. And they confessed to this crime that they did not do. And she says, the other night we did a tablet visit where she says, everybody says Donald Trump is racist, but they can't tell me what one racist thing that he's done. How about the Central Park Five? Because Donald Trump, when those little boys got arrested, was putting ads in the paper saying they needed to be unalived for what they did. And those kids' parents were being harassed by telephone because of what Donald Trump was doing when those were, first of all, why was you in that? Them was little kids. Because of what Donald Trump was doing back then, it didn't make it any easier for some of these family members had to move. They lived in the projects, and they had to find somewhere else to go because they were getting all these threats because of Donald Trump. Fast forward, these guys were exonerated, paid their lump sum money for spending time in jail and for being railroaded. And Donald Trump is still saying he don't believe they're innocent. And if they weren't guilty of that crime, they were guilty of doing something. But he's not a racist.
Accident. He didn't sign it. He refused. And he even said it that white woman, and I'm sorry for me to put race, but the woman was the cause of the accident, right?
She was a black woman.
It was a black woman? I thought it was a white.
It was a black woman.
See how she don't even have facts of the case straight? She want to say white woman. It was a black woman.
It was a black
woman. So, okay, so the woman caused the accident. He said it on the body count. It was the woman who caused the accident. And then you see on video, which they had to do all of that, to black out everything. And then to say, and then the witness even said it. So for him to tell to direct the witness to say, make sure you state that you state that the charger was the fault, at fault. Make sure you say that. The prosecutor had to see all of it.
But see, here's the reason why I felt that it was always that woman's fault, because that gold truck, he went geared to the right when the charger was coming up, right? The woman behind him could have geared to the right as well. She decided to go left into the other lane where the oncoming traffic was. So she definitely was at fault, because she should have never went. She should have did just like the gold truck. The gold truck, you're supposed to go to the right. You don't go to the other lane where the other cars.
But he didn't show up till like 3 minutes later. So I mean, he wasn't even a part of that.
I know he wasn't part of it.
But they lied on him.
That woman, when the guy went to the right, she should have went to the right as well. She decided to go like she's going around the gold truck, and then she went head-on collision with the other guy that coming onto traffic.
Moral of the story: stop trusting the police. Stop trusting prosecutors, and stop trusting the judge. Let the evidence show what it is. And when they showed the video, which the prosecutor saw before it got that far, they saw.
Do not adjust your radios. We have stopped this for this very important announcement. B. Williams has earned herself a trip because she says, "You tell her, fuchsia back." Let me see what Chick-fil-A Gail said, because she might be going too. See, Nesto, this right here is why your freedom is never coming, because your lawyer Sonya's facts. Now that's true. JMM55 says, don't nobody care what Dementia Peach got to say about shit. His brain is more cooked than his niece, the hen. So far, we have B. Williams, who has earned herself a trip to the moon for the very comment of fuchsia back. Oh my gosh. Hey, Caramel Beauty, how you doing? To the moon you go, okay?
That boy had nothing to do with that. They kept on going with it. Should never even got that far. Should have never got that far. Should not even came to a grand jury. Once you saw that video, what are we even talking about? The boy came 5 minutes later. Not really, but you get me?
The boy. Boy.
Should never even got that far. And these prosecutors.
But they said,
oh my God, little girl.
Had he went on for one more day, they had already found that it wasn't his fault. But they didn't let him know until he unalived himself.
How many months did that go by before he did that to him? Remember, it was all over them.
They said
how many weeks?
See, you're not listening.
No, I'm asking you. It's a question. It's not a statement. How long did it go from the day of the accident?
If he waited one more day, they would have known he wasn't going to the grand jury. But the young man felt bad because everybody was blaming him. He was all over the news saying he did it. He was losing.
And he killed that
all that kind of stuff.
And that's why proper support and raising a person is very important, because he had the support of his family. He would have been able to withstand what was going against him.
Family. How are you gonna say he didn't have support of his family?
Put yourself in his predicament. If somebody says, Sylvia, you killed somebody, and you're gonna feel bad because you know you're innocent, But if nobody's standing with you and you just out
His
here
mom
by
was
yourself,
standing with them. His dad too. He kept telling them there was nothing going on. That's why his dad put that post up there. See, you didn't even pay attention to all of
his father put the post up before he killed himself.
Yes, he put the post. No, it was after he killed himself.
That's what I'm talking about. What did they
But
do
his dad,
before he got to that point? What was the support?
His dad was asking him, "Is everything okay? Are you okay?" He kept telling him he was fine. He was fine, but he was not telling him the truth. I mean, he wasn't a mind reader.
See, look at that. Uh, she up there trying to talk about that. And she don't even have the facts. She up there trying to just plead the case, saying, "Oh, he had no family support. Oh, the prosecutor, this, that, and the third." And Sylvia had to get her straight. Now, Chick-fil-A Gail has also earned herself a trip because she said, "Flaming fuchsia, she's feeling herself. She's feeling herself. She's feeling herself. She's feeling herself." She just earned herself a trip to the moon for that comment. Uh, a lady said this is IS's ignorant ass news segment. That's right, because this girl is ignorant. She don't know the facts of the case, but she gonna tell sit up there and tell Sylvia, who apparently for a change does know the facts of the case. She gonna sit up and tell, "Oh well, he ain't had no parental support. Oh well, his father made a post after. Oh, okay, well see, that's why he unalived himself. No, he had the full support of his parents while this was going on. Didn't even go to grand jury. But this happens. She don't know nothing. Mistress Monica, she's offering drinks and everything. Looks like for the people up there on the moon. So I don't know why that's really not a thing, but she's offering when you take your bootleg spaceship trip up there. She's offering snacks or at least drinks. She's serving drinks. Hey, Houston Foodie says, what you say, Houston Foodie? I fell asleep screen recording last night. My God. Hey, cross country cruise. How you doing?
Oh no, of course not. Can't be a mind reader. Put it in my pocket. I can't believe you took all your clothes off. That's great to hear.
Hey, Measure.
Hey, Measure. Say hi. Say hi.
I was going to call you by the name I call you, Treasure.
She can't hear you because the phone is up here. She said hi.
Hi. What's she saying?
I don't know. Some days she's clear with it, and some days it's me. Oh yeah, you see me right there.
It's him.
You see her. What colors are here?
You see my hair?
It's pink.
Yeah. It's pink. It's pink, purple, or whatever color. Oh. You like it? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Measure. It's oh, it's nice. Thank you.
Hell, how old
She said your hair is pink and she likes it.
Thank you for liking it, Measure.
Oh, she says, "Oh, it's pink and I like that color." I think that's what she said. Poor baby, she should be talking better than I. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm just used to the kids in my family being able to talk, and other kids I've seen, in the world. And you were at home all day with this person right here who stays at home all day. She should be talking, counting, and everything. But at least she knows her colors. I'll give her that. Mistress Monica says snacks and drinks for a small surcharge. A lady said, "Poor baby, damn near has dentures." Chick-fil-A Gail, I just don't know what to do with you. You're already on the moon. Oh my gosh. This is just, y'all, look at this comment. Let me put it up. I ain't even reading that. Look at that. But who was that? Somebody made a comment that said, here's the thing, said, "Why would IS have a discussion of current events to this child?" Right. To this child, Sonya. Yeah. And which, by the way, now, as y'all can hear, Measure is there playing in the background. We've already heard about sex trafficking. I don't know what else we're going to hear because it was shortly after this that I tapped out. But yeah.
Appreciate it.
You see it?
She said she see it.
Oh, she see it. It's fine.
Dallas,
It's a sad situation. That's all.
please.
It's a sad situation, and you can't bring people back.
Oh, I just came from down there. Oh my God. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Lukewarm water.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp.
Are you a pimp now?
Oh no, the song just came to my head. You know it's hard out here. No, I'm not a pimp.
Now we're having pimp talk in front of poor little baby Measure. Pimp talk, y'all. Pimp talk. Mistress Monica said, I had a few shots of Hennessy, so hopefully I can get to the moon and nest those possibly stolen rockets without getting pulled over from riding dirty. Because we know that's what they love to do on these cop cams. Right, TDC? You see that little ignorant comment Chick-fil-A gal made? Oh my gosh. Chick-fil-A gal says she up there singing Nesto's anthem. Yeah, it's kind of hard for a player and a pimp, especially a player and a pimp who can't buy his own books and things in jail. Got to depend on this lady, this illiterate lady, to buy his books and things. Black but not bitter said, did Measure learn how to say bitch from watching Bluey or Miss Rachel? I know, right? What show, what cartoon did Measure watch to learn that word, Sonya? Huh? Huh? Um, Warren Harass said, yes, because the vulgarity that's coming up is outrageous from Sonya. Little ones soak up everything. She's not fit, in my opinion, to babysit. Y'all ain't heard nothing yet. Really? Okay, because I tapped out a little bit after this. Yeah. I tell you one thing Measure probably won't be saying. She ain't gonna be like that little girl on Instagram talking about, Mommy, why you sign me up for kindergarten? They don't let you take naps there. And I don't see what the little girl's problem. I'm with her. Don't let you take naps in kindergarten. Nobody was tired. None of the kids. Nobody but me. I needed a nap, Mommy. You ain't gonna hear Measure say that, poor thing.
I'm sure you're not a pimpette.
No, I do. That would be nice though if I did have a roster of you know what I'm saying. But no, I don't. You know what I'm saying. The older you get, the less patience you have. So I can't even, can't even do that. Can't even. It's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Yes, it is a lot. All right, let's see what other topic. Hot topics. The housewife of Atlanta, not Atlanta.
Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy.
Her and her husband, the insurance fraud.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
I read.
Wait till y'all. No, okay, it was after this that I tapped out. Wait till y'all hear about what she getting ready to say. Just wait. But y'all, I thought Sonya, she didn't watch The Housewives or any of that stuff. She didn't watch TV, but yet she knows what's going on.
Did that today, and
they were saying certain thing was missing in their house and stuff like that, and I guess it wasn't true.
So what the insurance company will do, they throw them investigators out there, because one of my cases was insurance fraud, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my situation was ex hit the car because after I got shot, I dated another psycho, and he hit the car. I didn't know. I went and purchased another car because he was one of those you can't move without me type dudes, and so they found the vehicle, and the vehicle had dust on it, keys were in it, you know what I'm saying? So they called foul play and charged me, and they will investigate.
Did you know he did that? Did you know he did that?
I suspected, but I didn't know. No, till they found it, which they found it like a year later. And when they told me that they found it, I didn't receive any money from it. They just paid it off, So they had a truck that had nothing wrong with it that they could have sold and recouped their money. But it's the whole fact that you went and with a falsified report, and they ran with that, And so this was like
here's some things. Eve has many faces. Said, "Girl, bye." Here's the thing. Okay, so you mean to tell me Now Sylvia said, "Did you know he did it?" She said, "I suspected." So since you suspected it was him, did you go and did you really? Because remember, she don't play police games. So did she really, first of all, go and make a police report about this? She said, "I just bought another car." So the insurance paid the car off. You went and bought another one, and they arrested you for fraud, even though he did it, and you had already done made a police report saying, "My ex, I think he stole my car because it ain't here no more, and I don't know where it is or him." Okay, and they charged you, and you ended up doing a year in the pen for that. Really? Okay, miss me with that. First of all, you got a year for a fraudulent police report. They gave you a year. I didn't know they were giving out years for that. They usually give you probation, but that's what she got. She got a whole year for that. LB, thank you for the super chat. LB says, "Hi, fam. I'm a police officer. It goes to the grand jury for them to decide if the evidence is enough for the DA to take it to trial." Right. And thank you so much, LB, for the super chat. Like I said, Sonya, who has worked in law for 35 minus 25 equals 10 years, and she doesn't know that. Sylvia has to tell her that. Okay. So thank you for the super chat. You police officer, you. Sonya don't like you. And LB says, "And you're natural, you're naturally antiful, what?" And let me see. Let me put that up. And I don't have my glasses on. Let me see. Where is it? Let me put that super chat up. Because LB gave another super chat, and I want to put it up so y'all can read it. And you are naturally antiful. Antiful. Okay. Looks better when it's larger. Sucking the law's peen doesn't count. Where's a lady at? Where's a lady? She's not on the moon yet. A lady, that was wrong. You can't say things like that.
How could I forget that I had given her an extra all this time she was standing there, she never took her hat off. Banging on the banging on the banging on the banging on the banging on the.
I want to thank you all for the super chats that I have received thus far. We have to I don't want to do too many because it's bad enough I'm interrupting running my mouth. So, I don't want to do too many, breaks and interruptions and stuff. So, let's listen to more of Sonya the criminal's life.
In 1993, 94, like around there.
You were mighty young with that.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, because I ended up doing a year. I did a year in jail for that.
Federal?
Nah, little state.
Okay.
I did a year, but it wasn't a full year. It was 8 months because they give you the time and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
So
go ahead, girl.
Is that on your record?
Actually, that's on my record.
Well, where
Can
would
it
it
get
go,
expunged?
Sylvia?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It can't get expunged. I mean, I don't worry about it. My record has never stopped anything. I'm fortunate that. Let me see. Woo-hoo. My record has never stopped anything. I've always been able to work. You know what I'm saying, and move without it. Whatever. It's never hindered me. So I'm just fortunate, that I was able to move, with a record and survive greatly. Let me see.
Yeah.
But again, certain people, you got to just be built for it. You get me? So it was a change lawyers. I felt like it was some bullish, black prosecutor. She was in her line, of course. Yes, let me see. All right. Her whole thing didn't make sense, of course, but that's the story. What's crazy is
So you went to jail because you had a black female prosecutor. Okay, I see. It's not because you were guilty, but because you had a black female prosecutor. And by the way, you already been pow by a man. and you went out to find another man who wasn't no good, girl, your track record is not tracking. You ain't had a good man yet.
When a prosecutor try to go in court and tell a story and they don't know you, they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't know, they try to make up, fill in the blanks, you know,
But
and
that's
that's
what most prosecutors do.
and that's dangerous because you're filling in the wrong blanks because you're trying to make your story, your side come in as, and then I didn't testify, I should have testified. That is like the biggest issue when you sit there silently and your dumbass attorney sit there and he didn't ask all the right questions. He didn't look at my notes, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him like you asked. And then you don't testify, and that hurts you more than anything because it's all based on they got a burden of proof, but that's a lie.
Y'all see that even back then, this heifer was making notes to attorneys. You was making notes to an attorney and it was ignored, and you ended up doing a year in jail on a misdemeanor. Okay. And yet here fast forward, you 57 ball and you still trying to make your boyfriend write notes to the attorney. You can't do it because they won't accept no calls or anything from you. So you trying to teach your boyfriend to write notes. Ain't happening.
You know, it's not even they have the burden. It's you need to prove that it's not true. You need to prove it's not true. You know, and so yeah. But I was young, and I'm built for it tough. So it is what it is.
Not for tough.
Built for it tough. I mean, I didn't cry about it. I took it. I went and took it. Okay, I did it at the time, and you know, came
I have
home.
a question about doing time. Where you said you were in what state were you in?
That was Ohio.
Was it prison or jail?
Prison.
But I thought if it's under a year, you stay in jail.
No, they want you to have a number.
You have a
Even
number.
if they send you down for a day, they want you to have that number.
You have a number in jail?
I got two. I went to prison twice.
No, I'm saying you get a
Watch
number
the
in
show
jail.
when what's the name was talking about me and trying to expose my whole history like it was doing something, like it was hurting me.
But I'm saying you get a number in jail, so why can't, if you're doing under a year, why not?
No, you can do a day and get a number as long as they put you on the farm and you got a number. And sometimes they do that. They'll let you just touch down for 30 days and bring you back just to give you a number. It's to handicap you in life.
So let me get this straight. They arrest you. Whether it's prison or jail, you stay there because they want to get you a number. I am over the age of 40 ball. And I ain't got no number because I ain't never been to either. Okay? Put your number in the chat if you got a number because they sit you down because the people want to give you a number. Now, Savannah Clover has just came in and she's speaking to everyone. But, you know, Savannah Clover, she came in here wrong. This is not what we do. It's not nice. Savannah Clover says, okay, because I'm going to do this without laughing. She says, "Hi, Legacy Moon and Moonlighters. What in the color have I walked into? Fuchsia, ink, purple, GTFOH." Don't worry about it, Savannah Clover. You are up there with some good people. I got some good people up there because they are acting up, but they got drinks and snacks and everything for a small surcharge to Mixtress Monica. So you're in good company, but you can't come into the chat rough like that, Savannah Clover. You just can't do it. It's not nice. It's not nice. It's too complicated, says Sonya is lying. She is really trying to talk about Shirley and Nesto. It is funny how Sylvia is actually trying to conduct an interview, and Sonya keeps or just have a fun time on a Friday night, and Sonya keeps like redirecting. Which, by the way, I'll have to show you guys as Sylvia's funny her thumbnail because I believe it's shade. I just do. It says All it said, it's just got her sitting at a desk with a studio audience behind her, and it says "Laugh Out Loud." And I really think that that's shade, but that's just me. Salt and Pepper Trust has said my number is 2155. Okay, her number 2155. JMM55 says only number that I had was working for the state of Michigan. LOL. Now I work with baby criminals that have numbers. See, look at that. Look at that. Bible lady said my number is 10 because I'm a 10. Okay. Okay. She's a 10 ball. Hey, Barbie's floppy possum.
You gotta understand how the system is. That's why a lot of people, when you see only get probation, it's a reason, and they should get prison time, but they only get probation because it's not affecting them. They don't have that number. You get that number on you. It's supposed to hinder you, and in most cases, it does. But I think for females, as long as you're not a drug or like you have like drug and alcohol problems.
Y'all listen to this theory she's about to give you. But so let me get this straight. You get a number when they put you in prison or in jail, but some people get probation, and you got to side eye them probation people. You got to side eye them because they got probation and they didn't get a number. But at the end of the day, if you get arrested for a crime and you've been found guilty, you still got that case number, okay? And that's what really counts, the case number. I may not can tell you what Nesto's jail number is right at this very moment, but I can tell you his case number. So that's where it really counts.
Where you look the part, you can overcome it. You know, you can. So for me, and then I had, you know, a background where I could make legal money. You know, that was the thing. If you don't know how to make legal money,
Girl,
you know, you're stuck, you know, because not a lot of places will hire you. And got that stigma on you.
Oh, thank you, LB.
And it pushes some people either to drug use and drinking because they're stressing. Let me see. And or they go back to crime because the only way they can pay their bills because I can't find unemployment and I'm not smart enough to just go out here and create a job because I have this woman, you know. So you got to be smart and create a job for you.
We can't all work in the back room at the strip club or under our attorney's desk. It just don't work like that. But somebody said something that Houston Foodie said she didn't learn after the first time. No, she didn't. She didn't. Hey, simply 321. How you doing? KK Scorpio says, so when you get a probation, you don't get a number. Come on, Sonya. You don't get, they don't act, because I used to work in probation and parole. You don't get like, because you already have your jail number if you've served time. And if you just get straight probation, you still got a case number. Either way, you got a case number. So this thing with numbers, you're getting a number no matter what. A lady, thank you for the super chat. I'm almost scared to read it, but a lady, she says, "Oh, hey Shay, where's a lady super chat? Boy, I tell you this thing." Okay, she says, "Hair looks like a 2016 pro Clinton pussy hat." Okay, you're already on the moon, so ain't nothing I can do about it. But my goodness. Thank you for the super chat, a lady. Chick-fil-A gal said this darn hen will do any platform to tell her boring, outrageous lies. Now, like I said, I tapped out. Maybe it was after this because I did hear this part too, but are we going to get, I hope we not going to go through the hospital story again. I can't take that hospital story too many more times.
Yourself.
But I think a lot of it, creating a job for yourself takes time because you have to, you know, do the structuring and all this kind of stuff. And the money doesn't come that quick. You know what I mean?
Oh, it can. It depends.
It depends.
You ever watch somebody create something and within a year it's worth millions of dollars? You got to look at how YouTube came about. You know what I'm saying? Two dudes in a room And then within a year or so, it's worth billions.
But not every creator.
Exactly. Not everything can go like that.
Yeah.
But you just got to understand where we're at, what's going to be a draw, and what's going to put, you know what I'm saying? The number one thing is sex, drugs, alcohol.
Stop
sales.
saying those words.
No, I'm saying.
No,
You know how they say sex sales?
Cattle, ma'am.
You can't say the word.
Max or X because they're very strict now with YouTube.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about the act of it, but anything related to that situation.
But you're saying it in front
whether
of
it be a strip
measure.
club or, movies or, you know what I'm saying? All that's money. Anything surrounded because people have fetishes. People want to see that, that right there.
OnlyFans make so much money because
Exactly. And especially that, because you can do it in the privacy of your home. You don't have to go to the club and everybody see you be that person. You can sit in the privacy of your house and be whatever that is you want to be, and everything's at your fingertip. And a lot of people, it's imagination. So they make millions because of how many people in the world be on that.
Imagination.
You can do it like just your feet. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be people that have feet fetishes or people that have neck fetishes or, you know what I'm saying? Or hair. You'd be surprised. Hand fetishes. And they make money. What do you do? Oh, I just show my hands. And I make money just because it'd be what people are clicked off of, just like how people like everything has a niche, so you find that. But when it's oversaturated, that's when it's watered down and you don't get the money that you could get because it's oversaturated. So you got that's why I think with YouTube.
She getting ready to talk about us YouTube people and our oversaturated asses.
The problem is because everybody's trying to have a channel. And now the channels are so watered down and most of them is nonsense. And they're over 1 million channels. Yep, I see. Okay. You get me? Then how it was for you when you first started as opposed to what it is today. And how many people just jumped on. And now everybody's trying to jump on and do. And it's a lot of biting off of what the next person. It's not a lot of originality, So right now, it's not, people aren't making the money that they should have or could because anybody could jump on and start a channel. You don't need $5,000 or $10,000. All you need is a phone and a Google account and you're there,
But that's the way it was from the beginning.
But not a lot of people was hip to it. That's the thing. And everybody wants to be
saturated. It's not at its peak. It's still growing up.
No, it's very saturated. But think about how TV.
Is that why your channel, Sonya? You not only did you get a channel, you reached the number of subscribers you needed to start making money, and you still weren't successful at it. And you are the topic of the story. Girl, you could have been reviewing your own phone calls, and I would have been over there watching so I can come over here and react to the video you made. Girl, we could have both been doing this. Girl, she's so silly. She's so silly. Now, y'all, in a minute, we just gonna straight up block Chick-fil-A Gal because she's just out of control in this chat. She's out of control. Miss Lady said constantly over talking people is a pet peeve of mine. Sonya doesn't let anyone talk. And when she's even worse at it, Miss Lady, is when she's wrong. When she's wrong, she is really going to overtalk you. I mean, she's just not going to stop. Shay B said, this fool don't realize YouTube has trillions, 50 corners. It does. There's like a sector for everything. There's this whole new Nesto sector. And the fact that she is out there with her camper and is not doing anything to document that on a channel. People watch those. I watch those.
Used to be, yes, because not a third of the country, a quarter of the country don't even go on YouTube. Okay, don't even go on there, and then another quarter goes on very seldom, specifically maybe documentaries and stuff like that, or teach your children. Only a quarter of people that go on there for nonsense.
So you just validated what I just said. You said
Bible Lady said it's going all around YouTube. It kind of failed.
Only a quarter.
No.
It's going to go up more because more people are going to be watching YouTube and less of their own television.
You tell me. From when you started, and once you got on to where it's at today, and how it's evolved, sometimes when things are too easy, the gain isn't there. But if it's a one all, you good. And if it's something that does need more of a situation to it, or you just happen to click somehow, like that boy, Kaisen, I'm not pronouncing it right, I don't know, but him, how and then he does like 1 million views in like 20 minutes, you know, a little black guy.
You just gotta find a niche, and that you gotta find
Yes,
that
yes.
people are
I
gonna
mean,
gravitate to.
right. And not everybody has that personality. And I watched one thing that he did when he bought a house and put his boys in it. That was the only thing I watched because they're way young, right? I can't relate. But I watched that and just to see, because everybody's kept talking about him and I kept seeing him and I was like, what is his thing? You know what I'm saying? He's not a ball player. He's not a rapper. What is his thing that he's so popular, you know?
And I think a lot of it is because the energy of that person and what they don't want stuff that's boring. I know when I act.
So he has to be a ball player or a rapper to have. Oh, she can't believe he's so successful and he gets 1 million views in like a minute, and he's not even a ball player. It's that ghetto mentality of where you think you can only be successful at something if you're playing ball, you're rapping, or you robbing. It's a whole mentality, and she has it. KK Scorpio said this chick just loves to hear her own voice. She does. Philly Girl Nunu said doing a study on YouTube could be a channel she can start. I watch all Salt and Pepper Tresses. I wasn't even gonna correct that. Salt and Pepper Tresses says it's niche, not niche. And I sit up, I watch all kinds of things. Like I said, van life, RV, all of that. I watch that tiny house. I watch the people who get scammers. Native is always introducing me to something. Oh, you should watch this. I watch Zoom court. I watch a variety of things. I like to watch them people who do the body language thing. It's very interesting. So I watch all those are like all different pockets. Poor thing, she's so slow.
Foolish and act crazy, that's when I get the numbers. You know what I'm saying? But when I try to be
because
so
you're entertaining. It's entertaining. No one wants to sit there and just watch somebody not out.
That's true. Oh, you try to throw stones down about me down and out, man. You keep
No,
going.
I'm saying in general, not specifically. I'm saying in general. Nobody wants to turn on the TV and not out. So people turn it on just for a distraction up from life because people do that because they're stressing and life is this, that, and the other. So they need to go to a happy place or just a place where I think that's why people love the negativity because they feel like somebody else is doing worse than me. So that makes me feel better. You get me? Or somebody's getting dragged and, they're going through it. So I feel better about my life. I think that's more of what it is than anything, not so much as you're just a hateful person, but you feel like everybody sadly is stuck in that comparison.
I'm not sitting up watching this right here, right now, because I don't have nothing better going on in my life. I really, I can't say that. Redbird said she didn't want to say, she don't want to say. She didn't want to say she don't want to say. Now, somebody, I can't remember who it was, said was asking they said they like to watch How Not to Drown videos, and is that a sector? From what I can see, it looks like it probably is. This is very interesting. I'd never heard of that before, so this is very interesting. It is very interesting. I like to sit up and watch those women. They're in the, I don't want to say they're in the woods, maybe the jungle, maybe, but it's like overseas somewhere. There's no talking. They don't even have music. They just in this big old wok just sit up and get food, fry it and cut it and wash it and eat it. And I sit up and watch those. And I know good and well I ain't gonna cook half of what they are cooking, but I like watching it. So there anything can become a sector. All it just takes is one. Hey, Cam Lewis, and then another and another. And next thing you know, you got a whole sector of people. But this How Not to Drown is very interesting. There's something else that there is. I sit up, I watch a lady who sits up and colors. She don't talk, she don't play them, she just colors. I watch somebody else who draws. They just draw. It just happens. You can make a sector out of anything. Diva 314 said this girl is a felon and she's talking about how bad everyone else is.
Person. quit comparing your life to that person's life. So we thought, going back to Wendy, that she had all these degrees and she was just living this life, and her 3 children and her husband, and they all, everything on reality TV is an act anyway, and they're da 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 da. And then now you see them, because they're regular people that do regular stuff. And they went on a trip, and they said that the alarm and the motion sensors never activated. And they thought, I guess they didn't know that insurance companies, when they give out so much money, which they didn't only got $25,000, I think, what they received.
That's still a lot of money.
Well, the claim was $400,000. So that wasn't a lot of money compared to what they were claiming. They claimed $400,000 loss, which is big.
I'm confused. Is it a lot of money or is it not? What is she saying? Warren Harass says, I watch Black Tree TV on YouTube, the Ish. And I saw somebody else said, oh, okay, to tell the truth, said I came across someone who eats soap. That's a sector because it's a whole bunch of people that eat this weird stuff. I've set up and watched that. I mean, I'm I'm an eclectic type of girl. So I might, there it could be anything that I might sit up and watch. You just never know. But you can make something out of nothing all the time. D-Dub, good afternoon. I was going to say morning. Good afternoon, D-Dub. Chick-fil-A Gal said, you claimed a house for Nesto's Bond. Did she? I didn't know that. Hey, Barbarossa, I didn't know that. A lady said, I do not like hearing people eat and chew. It grinds my teeth. My nieces, when they was little, they swore up and down. They could not go to sleep. One, like to hear the lady who makes noises. Just she takes her nails, rubs it up against things, chalkboards, nails. She does that on the microphone with her finger. My niece swore she couldn't go to sleep without watching that. And my other niece swore she couldn't go to sleep without watching mukbangs. And they went to sleep, so it must work. Now I'm addicted to these women over in, I guess it's Japan, who ride around in the tricycle cars, and they park, they get out their cars and they set up a whole bathroom outside in the back of their car, use it, wash their hands. These people set up a sink just for one night, and they sleep, they play video games, they cook in their tricycle cars. I'm addicted to that. I swear now I can't go to sleep without watching those. So it happens. It happens. It's all kinds of things. Bible Lady says, I love crunchy ASMR. There's this one black lady used to be on there. She might still be. She used to do it ASMR eating, but she used to eat some, like big old dill pickles, lick on popsicle, y'all know where I'm going with that. She used to do that, and she was very big. And I used to sit up and watch her too, because I was fascinated that somebody would sit up and watch somebody eat a pickle. It was fascinating to me. So, it just depends on the person. And, I can just say there's a lot of people out there who, and by well read, I don't mean books. I just mean there are just some people out there who love different things for different reasons, and she just don't get it. Hey, Carlton Brown, how are you doing? D-Dub said at a lady 47, it's called where I lost. Oh, it's called Misphonia. I suffer from it too. Bible Lady says eating squishy food, ASMR also. I mean, it's a thing. It is really a thing. I'm almost afraid to see what Prima Wanda says. She says, has any of you tried spicy chicken noodle soup? I'm about to try it. See, look. And plus, you can go in these chats and you can meet up with people and find out, have they ever had spicy chicken noodle soup? You really can. See how that works, Sonya?
That's big. But yeah, so $25,000 is what they received a check for it. But then they saw her wearing the stuff on TV after the fact. And like, you know what I'm saying? Because not all crooks are smart crooks. So she should have threw that shit in the trash. Whatever.
Okay, now I have watched some coverage of it. I don't know them folks because I don't watch any of them housewives, but I was like, okay, fraud. Let me get into it. And I watched a little bit of it. I did not hear anywhere in the things I've watched thus far and I'm not saying it's not true, but I'm saying I don't trust her telling of the story because she gets it wrong. I've not heard anything about this woman claiming stuff on being stolen, and then she's still wearing it on TV. Like, who steals clothes? I guess maybe if it's maybe Fendi and Chanel, I guess maybe Gucci, I guess you might steal it. But if I break in, I'm going for the heavy ticket items like the wall paintings and the jewelry. I'm it's just me. Just me. Karen S says, why does that black part look like a landing? It's Karen S. I already know you've got to be on the moon already. Why does it look like a landing strip? Y'all keep wanting me to break this treaty. I will say this. My mother, she had gray hair. So when she dyed it, you had to be very careful. She went to a professional to get hers done. And I'm sure Dallas, no, Sylvia did her own. But you got to be careful because that gray does not always, it's going to be a different color than your black. So that's why that looks like that. Okay, KK Scorpio said she didn't steal it. She said it was stolen, but then still wore her ring on social media. And some of the stuff she claimed stolen had been taken back to the store. Okay. D-Dub said, niece and nephew swear that I scared them into having table manners when they were kids because I couldn't stand their slurping and loud chewing. I don't like. I can watch it on a video because it's interesting that people are entertained by that, but sitting at the dinner table, no. Mm-mm.
She got paid for it. She should have threw it away. She should have threw it away. No, because if it comes up somewhere, somebody happened to pawn it, and then it traces back to her.
Yeah, but
so no, you throw it away. No, you put that in the garbage. No, if she got paid for it, you throw it away. You give it to somebody and they go through hard times and they pawn it. You need an ID to pawn. The police go to pawn shops.
Give it away in Goodwill.
She's not saying no, don't do that. Don't fill out false police reports saying stuff has been stolen from your home. She's saying if you gonna say stuff is stolen from your home, don't wear it on social media. That's what she's saying. That's the lesson. Shay B says, the fuck y'all talking about eating ASMR? I'm judging and I don't know what that is. Go on YouTube and look it up. Just put in eating ASMR and you'll see. You will see. Okay, I am Coco. Since I'm at a stop, we are sending I am Coco to the moon with the rest of y'all low ignorant people acting people because she said she is the bride of Frankenstein. Had to send her to the moon for that one. Cause are you just now getting here too? You can't come in the chat. You can't come hard like that. That's not fair. That's not right. That's not right. And P said legacy. It really happened with the housewife and her husband. They were arrested and are out on bail. I know that I know that part happened, but I was talking about the part with her like wearing stuff. But y'all tell me it was a ring. So that is dumb. That is very, very dumb. But the lesson is don't fill out false police reports and collect insurance money. Don't do that. That's the lesson, but that's not. Sonya's lesson is don't get caught doing it. Mine is don't do it.
Yeah, Goodwill and keep
what? Listen, you happen to give it to somebody and they happen to go through something and they pawn it. You never know though. That's what I'm saying. and they pawn it, and then they go back to you and be
when I
like,
go give stuff to Goodwill, they don't know what I got in that bag. They don't have my name or nothing. They just give me a little stick.
everything on and Goodwill is being recorded too. So
they do not record who gave it.
it's video. They got video surveillance
they don't
everywhere.
know who gave it what, ma'am.
Listen.
Girl, they don't know what's in the bags at the Goodwill. Okay? They don't know when you donate. Philly girl, Nunu, she says, now wait a darn minute. I was listening on my phone, but I just put it on my TV and just noticed her hair is red. And I thought it was AI. No shade, but she looks like a girl boy. Y'all can't do that. You can't do it. Let's see. Somebody said, look, Savannah Clover, she is welcoming all the new arrivals there on the moon. A lady said, just ignorant. They ignorant. 501 Queen said, Lord, I just got here. Hey, Legacy in chat. My God. Did that thing color her mane? It's too complicated, said really Sonya. Girl, you are talking about your low bottom broke ninja. That's who she's talking about. You are absolutely right.
Every
If you
bag that comes through there is a black
you're not a
bag.
good crook. You're not a good crook, honey. You're not a good crook. You're not a good crook. If you get paid, if you
You're
write
not
an
a
insurance
good
policy,
crook.
let your audience tell you. If you say something is missing and you get a claim and you know it's a false claim and you got a check for it, you don't give it to nobody. You bury that.
I
So
said, give it to Goodwill.
No. Because
Yes.
all that's traceable.
Unbelievable.
All that's traceable. All I know. Because then it goes back to now they investigate, and they got some high cost investigators like the state. Got top tier investigators. These are $1 billion insurance companies, and they don't like to pay. You don't think that they don't look at things and be like, go back over that claim.
They ain't gonna look at her going no Goodwill.
Anyway, listen. Throw it away. Put it in the garbage bag and throw it in the trash. You got paid for it. Throw it away.
Attitude and Tylenol. Thank you for the super chat. Attitude and Tylenol says, Beaker the Muppet has a podcast, and that is a question. But she knew what she was doing. What's up, allegedly? Hey, PW in the house. How are you doing? PW says, Legacy, you didn't have to do it, but you did, and it's appreciated. Hey, I'm telling you, it's not it ain't easy, but we doing it. Bible lady said, how about not commit a crime? That's what I'm saying.
Throw it away. Because things come back. You sleep at night. Just like when my daddy told me 2 things. Don't commit a crime, but if you do, never have a co-defendant. Things come back. Things come back. So you trash. If you got paid for it, you throw it away. Burn it. Get rid of it. You don't donate it. You don't give it to nobody. Kill it.
So the lesson your daddy left you with is never have a co-defendant. And you're going to tack on to that. If you get it, take it back. If you get paid for insurance fraud, take it back.
Then you sleep at night. But I don't know what tipped them off, or if they just got investigated on on a thing or whatnot. But it's something that they did that made them go back.
They got them on the line.
And maybe because she wore it on TV. You get me? Maybe that's what it was. They said it. They said she wore the ring on TV. No, they said they said the diamond was missing and that they went on the trip and they only took the bands, right? So the big stone that they give you before you get married is what she claimed was missing, was stolen. She wore it on TV after the claim. That's what they saw. And then what happens after that is let's investigate everything. So that's not good because he could lose his law license. And I don't know if that'll affect her. I mean, it'll affect her as far as employment, of course, but she could do a podcast, and that's self-employment. You know, if she does a podcast, I don't know how interesting it is. Because it's kind of
market was
she always portrays a certain image, and now you just made yourself a peer comment because you're out here doing common people crap, you know. So
I never thought the day would come. I never thought this day would come when I would have to do this to Delicate Dale. I never thought. I never thought I would do that to Delicate Dale. Nasty Nesto dips in the green water. IS was caught in the purple rain. Meanwhile, Salt and Pepper Tresses says, my daddy never gave us advice on a better way to commit a crime. Miss Nisi said Sonya need to get her facts, her FAX straight before she speak on someone's case she doesn't know. Wendy. See? She don't never have her FAX together.
said she had bags, and they found out that they bought the bags and returned the bags to the stores. So the bags was never stolen; they were returned to the stores for a refund. They broke them down.
So I mean, that was the stuff that was doing it.
But I think maybe I don't know. I'm not a ball person, but again, it could have been the ring that jumped it off, and they investigated behind it. Once they saw her wear that ring, and you know how they be on those confessions, and they're moving their hands and drinking and sipping, and they love to throw the ring up, you know. And she wasn't thinking, and somebody was like, that might have worked for the company. I was like, oh, watch that ring on. So they went back to the ADT, and ADT said no movement, no nothing went on while they were gone. But they admitted that they put the alarm on, and it never activated. And they broke them all down. They go, oh, here, yeah. So it's not. I mean, it's only a sleepover. It's very stressful and it's embarrassing because you're famous and you know you're this PhD teacher and yada yada yada. Help. Yeah. So it's not a good look.
Measure says she ready to go night night. Did y'all hear that? Measure is ready to go night night. Poor baby Measure. Somebody please rescue her. Andrea, she says Halloween came early because what I see is not human. Oh gosh, Nobi Danae says she never shuts up. 80%. C Moss says that's too fast for me. I got a headache. Okay. I'll stop stopping. Did somebody give memberships? Let me look. Let me play and look.
But I just hope they're strong enough to. They got each other, so you know they're co-defendants. So hopefully they can, you know.
Did they get bond or they just?
They have 50,000 apiece.
That's it.
So they're co-defendants. So hopefully they don't, you know, destroy the marriage. And hopefully, you know, they don't make an example out of them. That's what you don't want. You don't want to be made an example of.
Yeah.
But because they're famous, you never know how to. And then what court system going to be in.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about our next topic. The guy that got caught in Georgia. Did you hear about him? Derek Groves.
What did he do?
Derek Groves. He was out of Louisiana. He escaped.
I mean, the one that escaped out of Louisiana, they found him in Atlanta, and he was dressed as a woman working at Walmart. That was funny. He didn't even have a lot of makeup on. He really looked like a woman.
First of all, I haven't heard that. Some of y'all may have, but I haven't heard the dressed at Walmart working as a woman. What I heard and what I saw was he was in the basement or in some kind of crawl space or something with a lot of snacks. There were baby clothes, there were women's clothes, there were wigs, there was all that, but I've never heard that he was working at Walmart. Did anybody else hear that? Please let me know, because I didn't hear that he was working in Walmart as a woman. I didn't. 501 Queen says she believes everything she sees. My God, she's too darn old. I just want to know, did that happen? Because I just saw that he was arrested, and that's it. Mama Keisha said, "Hey, this bitch crazy." Walmart, nope, never heard it. Yeah, nah.
But look, guess what? They said his girlfriend turned him in for that 20K.
I would too. Shoot.
It said girlfriend turned in escaped inmate for $20,000 reward, was already locked up. The real story behind Derek Grove's case: how Louisiana jailbreak, a fired deputy, and a love and betrayal rumor turned into one of the year's wildest misinformation story. So that's what they're saying, that he was on the run for 145 days.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
you
he
see
did a
that
good little stint.
comment?
First of all, Justin's mom said, "Why would an escaped convict work in Walmart? That just sounds stupid." And his picture is everywhere. We know he's escaped. They've been looking for him for all this time. Why would he be working in Walmart? And he, if I'm not mistaken, I think he had a little bit of facial hair. So who was falling for that being a woman? I know I wouldn't. Hey, two people who just got here. Was it Say J and somebody else? Somebody else just got here with Say J. Oh Lord, Tyrone Biggums is in the chat. Let me see who he messing with now. Oh, Tyrone Biggums, Delicate Dale. I'm here to save you from the moon. Chick-fil-A Gail said that was an AI fool. Him in a dress. In fact, I don't even see any pictures of him in a dress. Shavy said her algorithm is is diabolical. That stuff don't never show up on my algorithm, not at all. Um, Danae said measure is it did sound like, yeah, because there's a bathroom issue. So yeah, it does sound like measure is potty trained. And I bet you she didn't do that. I bet you somebody else did it.
It looked that couch looked disgusting that they turned over and all that stuff that they had in there.
I didn't see all of it. I just saw him getting arrested, and then they showed a picture of him working at a Walmart with the girl face, with the wig and stuff on.
Let me see if I can see that. Let me look.
But he didn't have any makeup on, and he looked like a woman.
Really?
But you can have a soft face. A guy can have because he's got that. When they were arresting him, he blew a kiss, and I had got the impression that he was gay. So
he blew a kiss at the camera.
Yeah, he blew a kiss at the camera, and it looked very feminine. It didn't look like he didn't come off very masculine at the arrest. And then I saw that he was posing as a woman working at Walmart, and I was like, yeah, that's so believable, because I saw the first thing, which was him getting arrested, and he looked kind of sassy. But again, it's a lot of young people that date gay guys. There's a lot of females under 30 or 40 that date gay guys.
I'm sorry, I was mute. I'm sorry. I was mute. Hold on, y'all. Hello? Yeah, I was mute. Bye. She has no deductive reasoning skills, I was saying, because I would see that and I would say, okay, let me go look this up because I haven't seen this anywhere else. Because that's the first thing I do when I see stuff. I go trying to find it. Like there's all of these going around Instagram now. There's all these AI videos of a kid where alligator, the kid's playing on the porch, a kid who can't even talk, form sentences, and an alligator is coming, creeping up, getting ready to eat him. I said, this can't be real. And especially after I saw more than one with different kids. And come to find out, yeah, it's AI. But I don't just sit up and see stupid stuff like that and just assume that it's real. That man's face is not that soft. If he was in a wig and a dress and no makeup, I would still know he is a man in a wig and a dress. And what social security card did he use? If he applied for I'm not even going. No, let me play.
So, right, it's a little bit different. I saw this one where she was fighting with a guy over a guy, and I was like, wow, is there a shortage? Because I'm not fighting with no dude over a dude.
Yeah, there is a shortage.
You can have them. I'm sorry.
This is what I was showing y'all what the apartment looked like. It looked a hot mess when he was in there.
Let me see. Was it not clean?
Look at the Southwest Atlanta home where a nationally wanted fugitive was captured.
Convicted murderer Derek Groves was on the run for 5 months.
She saw this AI. No, I'm sorry. She saw this picture of this man dressed like a woman working in the Walmart, living life as a woman. But she didn't catch the news footage or even pictures, because I've seen both, of this man in that nasty place where he was staying. She didn't see that. Okay.
He and 9 others escaped a New Orleans jail in what's considered one of the largest jailbreaks in Louisiana history. Reporter Gabby Kellett, with our station in New Orleans, spoke to the homeowner and shows us what was inside the house.
Drug paraphernalia, a bullet, children's shoes, wigs, clothing, buckets, and tinctures labeled with the names of flavors.
Oh, he was up in here. This way he was.
Show me where he was.
And the crawl space, where Derek Groves was found hiding in a Southwest Atlanta basement. Authorities tracked him down to Honeysuckle Lane nearly 5 months after authorities say the 4-time convicted killer climbed through a hole behind a jailhouse toilet and scaled a fence to escape.
What is your reaction to finding out that someone with those kinds of charges was living in your house?
I was shocked. You gotta get the hell out of here.
This man didn't know that the man was staying in his house, but I'm to believe he was going in and out of there, going to his Walmart job. And the girlfriend turned him in. If she was aware of it all this time, wouldn't she be charged too? Like they would give her a reward? That I don't know. I'd have to hear more on that.
Owner Richard McQueen let us inside. Most of the home's entrances had been breached and the home trashed. McQueen said the tenant was a young woman. He said he wasn't sure when she started renting because he'd been out of town.
They paid rent. As a regular customer, as a regular occupant, I don't know nothing about their background. All I know is that they look like, where you get this kind of money from? It was just, they struck me kind of strange.
You know how you get a feeling somebody's looking at me, So I just, I could see like a shadow. And they moved the curtain back.
Investigators say Wednesday night they believe there were other people staying in the home with Groves. They may face charges if they assisted him. Mrs. Clements has lived on Honeysuckle Lane for 55 years. She says there was suspicious activity at the house where they found Groves and that she first noticed it a couple of months ago.
Something going on, too much traffic. But I mind my own business.
Okay, I didn't think the girlfriend, that wouldn't have sounded right, because it seemed like she would get arrested too. Like they're not going to say, oh, thanks for finally letting us know where he's at. Here's your $20K. That doesn't sound right. Thank you, CJ. This lady says she mind her own business. She don't care. She don't care if you walking out in a wig. She mind her own business. She turning her head.
Been calling about it.
She says when U.S. Marshals and Atlanta SWAT teams brought him back into custody on Wednesday, it was a spectacle.
All of a sudden it went, go back.
That looked like a thug blow kiss to me. Not a gay person. That looked like a thug. I don't know what she was looking at.
Go back. They're shaking. I turned around and came back.
Wait, we got to listen to this. I'm sorry, y'all. We got to listen to this lady again because she funny. The lady says she minds her own. Oh, wait, we don't want to go back that far.
Paraphernalia, a bullet, children's shoes, wigs, clothing, buckets, and tinctures labeled with the names of flavors.
Oh, he was up in here. This way he was.
Show me where he was.
You got to know what flavor your
And the
teacher
crawl space,
is.
where Derek Groves was found hiding in a Southwest Atlanta basement. Authorities tracked him down to Honeysuckle Lane nearly 5 months after authorities say the 4-time convicted killer climbed through a hole behind a jailhouse toilet and scaled a fence to escape.
What is your reaction to finding out that someone with those kinds of charges was living in your house?
I was shocked. I said, you gotta get the hell out of here.
I don't know where you
The
going.
home's
You got to
owner,
get the
Richard
hell out of
McQueen,
here.
let us inside. Most of the home's entrances
He said, you got to get the hell out of here. Of course he had to get the hell out. The police were there to get him.
had been breached and the home trashed. McQueen said the tenant was a young woman. He said he wasn't sure when she started renting because he'd been out of town.
They paid rent. As a regular customer, as a regular occupant, I don't know nothing about their background. All I know is that they look like, where you get this kind of money from? It was just, it struck me kind of strange.
You know how you get a feeling somebody's looking at me, you know? So I just, you know, I could see like a shadow and they moved the curtain back.
Investigators say Wednesday night they believe there were other people staying in the home with Groves. They may face charges if they assisted him. Mrs. Clements has lived on Honeysuckle Lane for 55 years. She says there was suspicious activity at the house where they found Groves and that she first noticed it a couple of months ago.
Something going on, too much traffic. But I mind my own business. So I didn't call anybody.
She says when U.S. Marshals and Atlanta SWAT teams brought him back into custody on Wednesday, it was a spectacle.
All of a sudden it went, go back. It's shaking. I turned around and came back.
In court Thursday morning, Derek Groves, calm but impatient in the Atlanta jailhouse as he waited for a judge to call his name. And when it was up to him to extend his stay in Georgia or go home, Groves was sure.
I don't want to return where I'm from.
I read about it and saw it on TV, you know, but that was New Orleans. Not across the street.
And again, that was Gabby Killett reporting. Groves is still being held in the Fulton.
Mick Clemens said, look, I mind my own business. There was some weirdos over there, but I mind my own business. I've been on here 55 ball years, and I knew it was something strange going on, but I mind my business. That's what she said. PW said, not a mattress in sight. Southside Chi-Town said it was a strange, it was strange, but you took the money. Where y'all get all this money from? But I'm going to take it. I think it's strange that y'all got it, but I'm going to take it.
County jail tonight, where he is waiting to be extradited back to Louisiana.
Okay, so that's
Rice Street.
Yeah.
Listen, he said, I want to go back where I'm from. They didn't took me and put me on Rice Street. Hell yeah, I want to go back to where I'm from. And he's very tall. He is a very tall man who, according to Sonya, blow gay people kisses.
He's going back to Rice Street.
I'm in there like, what did I do?
I'm trying to see if I could find where he was dressed in the women clothes, because you see the wigs that was there.
Mm-hmm.
Them was her wigs. And the people, other people who lived there.
Don't break it. I see it, but don't break it.
That's that story. Let's see. What else? The current event.
Sylvia, you're not going to find it because it don't exist. Look, Sylvia, no. She ain't even look.
Let's see.
She said, let me
I
find
don't think I have anything else. Event. And you know, we said we weren't going to stay on too long because it's almost that hour.
What's going on in your life?
What's going on in my life?
What's going on in your life?
I had to kick some of the menses to the curb.
Not you with a couple.
Menses to the curb because you know I have a lot going on, and they weren't fulfilling that spot that I, you know.
I don't know.
D-Dub, I am going to answer your question. She only had 51 ball in the chat.
Oh, I'm with child. That's all I know.
No, I'm not talking about that kind of stuff.
No, anything. I don't know. I'm with child, so I don't do any version of any of that. Well, she's going to see her mom tomorrow, but I was offered a date for the weekend, but I just like, that means I got to go do something with myself.
What?
You so funny.
Right. So I got to go do something with myself, you know? So
you turned down the date?
I don't know, because he's cute. So
Go out on a date with the man.
I don't know, because he's cute.
Has
got
anybody
a
ever
nice
been
body.
offered a date?
Okay. How old is he?
Got a real, I don't know, but he's probably
He's young.
between 40s and 50s. I don't know specifically. He might be in his 40s.
Okay.
I don't know, but he's cute.
What's the youngest you'll go?
Well, my ex is 33.
Oh my God, you go down to 33?
He was 27. I was 52.
You would go down to 20s too?
No, so it was just supposed to be fun. That's why I really didn't put any weight on it, because it was just like, all right, you know what?
You're 50. That's like 30 years.
Oh, I was hoping when I met him that he was at least older than my daughter, and he wasn't. So I was like,
You let somebody's son want me. You let somebody's 25, 28-year-old son want me, okay? That's all I'm saying.
What? He was in college, and turned out to be a really great experience, though. You can't put a number on it. That's what you can't do, because this guys in their 50s that act like kids. So you can't really put a number on it. He was over the 25 hump. But it was only a year, so it was only a year of dating.
I don't have anybody that could date my daughter. See, the good thing is my daughter don't like old people. So,
but my daughter likes old people, and I like young. I always date younger, and she dates older. She would always date somebody in their 40s and 50s, and I would look at her like, ew, because she doesn't mind
Meanwhile,
how the men tend to start looking after 40. And that was one of the things.
Your boyfriend is about to be 61 ball. What you mean, ill? And he look every bit of that 6 and the 1 and the ball. Okay? What are you talking about? And you mean to tell me a campus full of young ladies and he wanted that old thing? Girl, bye.
Very I need a guy with a nice body. I'm sorry. You just got to have a nice body. I'm very shallow when it comes to that. So that's why younger was always better for me. And then they're young, fun. They're not too overly serious. Because I wasn't looking for marriage. So it didn't matter. I wasn't looking for marriage, and I wasn't looking to have babies. So unless you're trying to do something serious, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. So it was fun. It was fun. We did COVID together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, I did COVID together. Okay.
We did COVID together.
That was cabin fever people, huh?
Okay, y'all. I'm running this live, so I can't do it. Somebody do the math on that. It was during COVID. She was 52. He was over 25 in college. Black but not bitter. Okay. And they did COVID together. You mean to tell me he could have did COVID with anybody and he chose to do COVID with her? Y'all do that math, because I want to know, is the mathing?
We did COVID together. It was good. It turned out to be a fun situation.
Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's still tight to this day. You know what I'm saying?
There goes Soul. Hey, podcast with Soul. How are you? Mm-hmm. How are you, my dear Sean?
Sylvia says she had to get rid of some of the people on the roster.
He likes my hairstyle.
Y'all, I just had Black but Not Bitter's comment up there, and she said, "Hey, podcast with Soul." I was getting ready to say, that's a podcast with Soul lie. That's Black but Not Bitter. But it was my comment, not hers. TDC said they did PPP loans together. Now, hey, that might be true now. Yeah, she has a man, 80% C Moss, a man who is about to be 61 ball.
Thank you, Sean.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I got to smile. That's my buddy right there.
When did you cut your hair?
A couple of days ago.
We've already
I just couldn't do it, Sonya. I'm like,
I told you you was gonna run out of hairdos, and then you're gonna look at the work that it takes, and then you want what?
Bread? Are you here? I was asking Maurice Brown homecoming tomorrow. Are you here? I can meet up with you. But what was I going to say?
You want bread? You want?
I got up that morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my hair, I had taken that ponytail out. Right, I had taken the ponytail out, and Dallas had gelled it down. This is where I had just came back. I came back from.
Ain't nobody did the math for me, but thank you, I am Coco. She said, wasn't she in the hospital during COVID? She sure was. And then after she went home, Nesto came to see her.
Not just, but I came back from New York and everything. And it was just like, I got to do something. I didn't want to straighten it. I didn't want to do none of that stuff. I'm like, I can't do this. I went across the street to my neighbor because first I called my barber. My barber kept ignoring my phone call, John. So he kept ignoring my phone calls. So then I happened to see my neighbor outside, and I know he's a barber. So I went over across the street and I said, hey, can you cut my hair? He was like, when do you want to cut? I said, today. He says, no, I don't think I could do it because I had a couple of drinks and I don't want to mess up your hair. He says, can you come tomorrow? I said, what time? He says, what time you like to come? I said, the earliest, because it's before I go to, I did it on Sunday. I said, before I go to church. And so he was like, okay, can you come at 8 o'clock? I said, 8 o'clock, I'll be there. And so I got up at 7. I got up at 7. By 7:45, I was looking out the window, make sure I see his lights on. And I got over there at 7:47. And I went and got my hair cut. I was like, I can't do this.
And you don't miss it. Nah.
I can't do it. But I did leave some hair. I'm not totally bald like I normally.
You're not as short as you were. I was looking at some old thing pictures.
I'm short. I love it where I don't have to do nothing because I'm so freaking
You was brush
lazy.
wave, right?
Yeah,
Come on, put this on, please. Put this on. Get a coat.
Even this is work for me because at least I'm gonna do some things like some bantus and stuff like that and take it out because it has some length. See?
I'm about to say, yeah, you still can curl that.
Yeah.
Or put some braids in that. African braiders can get that on the sides. Whereas
what I am not going to do is have any jokes for when she get those bantu knots. I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not.
I don't have no sides. My sides, I cut it down.
I've seen them pull brush waves and put it in a braid.
But look, listen to this. There was a young lady who wanted me to be an ambassador for a ponytail because she showed my ponytail on my TikTok, right? And so she wanted me to model her ponytail style, and I forgot all about it. So she sent me a message on Monday and said, "Hey, can you be my model on Saturday?" I was like, "Dang, I cut my hair already." So I told her, "I'm sorry, I cut my hair. I can't do it." So
you do it in spring. It only took you like 3 months to grow it.
Yeah, by that time she probably get her customers thing all up, but she was just wanting me to be an ambassador for her.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
You say I can still get box spray? No, I didn't bleach my hair because remember I have gray hair, so the color's gonna take with the gray hair.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I have gray hair, so
as long as it's like
this is the dark part of my hair, right? And all of this is the gray hair. That's what shows more. And it's two colors I mixed together. That was a little bit of one, a little bit of another one. I just put them together. So let me color my hair. So, she said, "Let's talk about Diddy." I don't think we have anything updated on Diddy other than what we talked about the other day. I do have some paperwork, but I didn't want to do Diddy stuff today. I was just going to do it tomorrow. And someone said, I said Diddy, and somebody said,
Diddy gonna get out next year.
They say, yeah, he probably did get out. Bonnie Willis, yeah, she's supposed to be at the hearing on the 13th, which I plan on being there, y'all. I plan on being.
What hearing is that?
That's they want her. The Senate wants her to come down.
Oh yeah.
But then I heard that that she has something she's been subpoenaed with the DOJ, with the feds. Trump is going to come after her. You see, he got that other lady in New York.
She got herself because she actually did the crime.
No, I'm just saying he came.
Well, yeah, they came after her because that guy who was a Democrat was researching every political figure in New York, and he came across her stuff, and that's how she got exposed from a dude who was just going through politicians in New York and how they was moving and with the money and everything, and so that's how she got
exposed. How has Fonnie Willis been exposed? Apparently, I'm not in the loop. Tyrone Bigum's Delicate Dale likes him young, so yeah, I don't know. You might not be able to handle her. I'm not for sure. Rakia says lies, Sonya. I mean, I thought she was supposed to testify, but I thought it had something to do with the conditions in the jail houses and not any type of whatever she has been exposed for. I don't know what. Some man who's doing research exposing politicians. I don't know what he exposed, but Southside Chi-Town said they talked about it. Woo Wop said she is talking about Letitia James. Crystal Carrington said she would love to see a black woman go down. She would. She really would.
Exposed. But they trying to blame it on, oh, he's here. I'm not even a Trump supporter. I'm a Democrat.
Wrong is wrong, whether you're a Democrat.
That's what it is. And he didn't campaign on going after nobody. He said, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do. She campaigned on, I'm going after Trump. He's an illegitimate, president. And that's all she said every time she did a rally.
First of all, I don't know that wasn't she already in office? And how could she say Trump was an illegitimate president when the insurrection? Oh no, she went after him for electoral. Okay, so it wasn't the insurrection, but okay. Yanobi Dene, I'm telling you, it's the ones that surprise you for me. She says, looking like a psychedelic skunk. Okay, so Woo Up said, who's a Democrat? The man who exposes people, whoever he is. Diva314 says she does not investigate anything. That's why Nesto is sitting in jail stanking. Yeah, I mean, that's make it make sense. I don't know. Savannah Clover said someone need to shut Side Hen up. She's always speaking false info. Yeah, I mean, since when? Yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Investigate him. Oh, Dimples Wimple says Sonya has been sniffing too many. Oh, Dimples Wimples. Why? Dion Salt Bay says she doesn't check up on anything Orange does. No, she doesn't. She doesn't fact check her. She don't have her FAX together, okay?
Back when his first term, that's all she kept saying. She ran on that. So, but now they want to flip it and say, because I'm a Trump supporter. Now they want to say, oh, they're just doing that because of what she did. Oh, because the stuff she did happened 20 years ago, and then it happened before all the Trump stuff. You know what I'm saying? The dates is before she went after Trump. So what are you even talking about? Mm-hmm. The dates are before that. So you can't even try to spin that. But blind hate is blind hate. Sometimes you gotta put the hate aside and just look at reality.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I can't look at the reality. Y'all, it's almost half the month. It just came in.
Oh, Christmas will be here before you know it.
Lord.
Shay B. You're a mod. You're supposed to be a role model. She says that they were musty dicks at that. I started to send I think it was what you breathing for, because she came in and said, Harper, who this woman? But I said, nah, I'll give her a break, because you might not know who you're looking at first.
Jesus, yes, it will. Halloween will be here this week.
It's speeding up the time. Right.
It's so fast. It's just like you blink your eyes, you got another month.
Yep.
What it is.
Life goes fast after high school, that's for sure.
No, look, I'd be like, slow it down now, slow down.
Reverse it. Can we go back to 1980, please?
Oh, I don't want to go back.
Oh, I want to go back to 80.
We know.
And stop it right there. Stop it, 1980.
I want to age gracefully.
Hey, Sassy Sue.
Better times.
Yeah.
Well, it's either grow old or die, so yeah, I guess so. Age gracefully. They were saying when people die that you're supposed to burn them, because if you put them in the ground, the soul, which I thought the soul left the body as soon as you passed, but the soul is still attached to the body.
Lord, we getting ready to listen to this mess that she really knows nothing about. But before we do that, Freedom Keeps Missing Me says she likes the smell of used silicone after it's been a traveler. Even though that is true, oh man, that girl, not you too. Not you too. Uh you got to go to the moon now too, because she says that girl says, "Is you ready for Halloween now?" Since I just played the moon music, I ain't gonna play it again. But get on your spaceship and head on up, that girl.
And then you are still forced in this realm. It's like a unalive nightmare. They said you're supposed to be cremated. You know, I'm not a cremation fan at all, but
I'm a cremation. Burn me.
yeah, they're saying burn them.
Burn
I just
me.
be looking at those stories when people be like, they weren't really dead. Not the time, right?
I have to hear this again. So I went back because I'm trying to understand. I am trying to understand. Chick-fil-A gal says some folks gonna have to transfer to Saturn. The moon is getting full. Ain't that right? Ain't that right?
So fast. It's just like you blink your eyes, you got another month.
Yep.
What it is.
Life goes fast after high school, that's for sure.
No, look, I'd be like, slow it down now, slow down.
Reverse it. Can we go back to 1980, please?
Oh, I don't want to go back.
Oh, I want to go back to 80. And stop it right there. Stop it. 1980.
I want to age gracefully, you know.
Better times. Better times.
Yeah.
Well, it's either grow old or die. So yeah, I guess so. Age gracefully.
Age gracefully.
They were saying when people die, you're supposed to burn them. Because if you put them in the ground, the soul, which I thought the soul left the body as soon as you passed, but the soul is still attached to the body, and then you are still forced in this realm. It's like a unalive nightmare. They said you're supposed to be cremated. You know, I'm not a cremation fan at all, but
I'm a cremation. Burn me.
Yeah, they're saying burn them.
Okay, this is an atheist talking, and we maybe have excuse me, 5 minutes left. This is an TDC said, "What? This is an atheist talking. Since you don't believe in anything, any type, any form of spirituality, you should just believe when you're dead, you're dead. What are you talking about, the soul? So when you die, the soul is attached to the body. Now, I was always taught the soul leaves the body. Now, if you want to go biblically, when you die, you're asleep and you don't wake up until that second coming. Okay, that's how it's taught biblically. But she's thinking you're trapping souls in the ground when you bury them because it's still attached to the body and they're still alert and everything. Well, if the soul is still attached to the body when it dies, then why don't they just leave? They should be like, they're getting ready to bury me, and just fly away. So Sonya's logic doesn't even make sense. Bible lady says she's not a cremation fan, but wants Nasty's ashes. Make it make sense. Delicate Dell says she is up there moonwalking. Shay B says AARP card next to her term life insurance policy. And this bitch talking about high school. That was a good one.
I just be looking at those stories when people be like, they weren't really dead. You get me? Because you ain't really dead and they burn you. Oh no.
You'll make sure I'm dead. Burn me.
Right. Can you wait a week and make sure I don't wake back up? That's how I had to be. And then you can burn me. But they say you should be cremated.
So you shouldn't be cremated because your soul is still attached. Well, if they burn the body, which is just a shell, that means the soul can go wherever it wants to go. The soul should be able to say, they getting ready to put me in the crematorium. Let me fly away. But according to Sonya, if you burn up the body, you're burning up the soul. This girl is so ignorant. She ain't high ignorant. She ain't low ignorant. She just ignorant. My God. Hey,
And not
Oh,
buried.
told Dallas, hey, cremate me, baby girl. Don't waste your money. Don't even have no funeral.
No, I don't want a funeral.
I will come
Yeah.
back and haunt those people that's coming to my funeral. They know they don't like me.
Exactly. That.
Well, how you gonna waste time?
It's a waste of money. It's a waste of money. That whole thing is a waste of money. Just like a big wedding is a waste of money. You invite people that don't even really like you. People know they don't talk to 250 people in a year, but you invite 250 people to a wedding.
Just because you ain't got no
That
friends.
that is the dumbest thing. This because all they're doing is taking bets on how long it's gonna last. That's all they're doing.
Not the bets.
Listen, they talking about how long it's gonna last. What's you know what I'm saying? Everybody but 20 people is talking ish on you at the wedding. It's 20 people, the people that you talk to, period.
I want to read where is she at? Miss Lady's comment, because she made a good comment. And by the way, I don't have to be at the wedding or even invited to it to talk about how y'all ain't gonna last and just get a big old kiki out of it. I said the same thing about my own wedding, and I was there. Miss Lady says Sonya's not on the moon, but this bitch brain sure is in outer space, and it is. It is. That's exactly where her brain is.
That's hoping it all works out for you. But the other ones who just showed up just because it's a party with free food, they're taking back. So you just wasted money.
They're gonna talk about the kind of food you have or didn't have enough food.
It's the biggest waste of money ever is a wedding. More than 30 people. Because no one has more than 30 people in their life that means something to them. And a wedding should be about somebody meaning, everybody there should mean something to you.
And then people get upset if you don't invite them.
A cookout is when you invite people.
Go buy no gifts.
Right. They confuse a cookout with a wedding. Now, a cookout, you can invite anybody. So this is a cookout. We just got food, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got a DJ, whatever. But a wedding is supposed to be, family that you like. Not even, just family, but family that you like. To be everybody that you personally deal with that I spoke to on the phone that year.
So if, according to her theory, if I haven't spoken to you in a year, you shouldn't come to my wedding. Did you open this? Yeah, I did. Because the air's on too. Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know that. Because let me just say this. I've been to relatives, and they're my relatives. I've been to their weddings, and I'm like, this ain't going to last. So what is she talking about?
More than 5 times.
But no, do you have some friends that's their childhood friends that, even though y'all don't talk.
That's what I said, 5 times, at least 5 times that year. You don't at least get 5 calls out of them. At least.
She's terrible, y'all. She's terrible.
What? Think about all the money wasted.
That's true. And some people don't.
Listen, buy me some property or take me on a trip or buy me some jewelry. Something, but I don't need a big wedding. My wedding, it was me, him. That was it. It was me and him. It was nobody else.
That's because nobody wanted to be in attendance. Delicate Dale says it's not only the bride's guest. D-Dub said the biggest waste of money is jail calls for someone else's husband, for Edith's husband. I know that's right. Bible Lady said Sonya is the poster child of someone who's never been liked, loved, or genuinely cared for. Black but not bitter said Miss Positivity is mad that she's always a guest and never a bride. What you breathing for, says Sonya. You have one friend, Yvette. And Miss Lady said, with just 18 brothers and sister-in-law, 30 wedding guests was not an option. Not to mention other family members. And I mean, not only that, a wedding is also for, let's be real. Sometimes just for a bride to just brag. She got a man. Oh, look at how big my wedding is and look at all this exotic food we had. So, I'm not going to just put it all on, oh, look at what guests do when they come to weddings.
You've been married before?
Yeah, I've been married before. You didn't see that video either?
I didn't see that video. No, I
didn't see that video either? Yeah, they made a whole thing like, oh, he divorced her and da-da-da-da.
No, what was said was that your husband had to track you down just to get a divorce from you. And you still carrying that man's name. That man said, I want my name. Tina Turner maybe said, you can have all this stuff, but I'm keeping my name. Her husband probably was running around saying, I want my name back.
All of that. Yeah, I was married. I was married, and it was just me and him at the wedding.
What the heck?
Oh, you heard her? She said, "What the heck?"
Yeah, I've been married. I can say that. I've been married.
Even baby Measure had to say, "What the heck? Somebody married you?" Measure said, "What the heck?" Now, what surprises me is she ain't said, "What the hell?" or "What the helly?" Nothing. She said, "What the heck? Somebody married you?" Justin's mom says Sonya's marriage lasted 3 months. Everyone knew that relationship was trash. Dion Salt Bay says she sure did. Yanobi Dene says Tomas. Look, Native always says that boy's name ain't Tomas, it's Thomas. Thomas, tell your daddy that doesn't have to be afraid to speak his truth. He can come out of hiding and talk to us. We want to hear his truth and support him. Thomas's daddy is not your fault. I'm just going to say this. He spoke his truth when he divorced her after 3 months.
He said, "What the heck?"
We dated for 20 years. We dated for 20 years, and we got married, and then it still felt like we were dating. And so I left and went back to Florida. We're still good friends to this day. We still talk on the phone to this day.
How does it
It wasn't a bitter breakup. It was, you know what, this ain't working out. All right. And I
So
went.
you one of those people that should have stayed single instead of married because
I was never a fan of getting married. I never cared to. I was never that girl growing up thinking, you know.
marry.
Huh?
Why did you marry then if you're not that girl?
Because we got engaged when I was 19, and we got married. We was engaged in 1989. We got married in 2009.
1989, you've been engaged, and then
I don't care.
why did you get married?
It was on and off. It was an on and off situation, and then we married in November 2000.
I don't care. I don't care.
And then we divorced. Valentine's Day 2014.
You said she don't care.
Huh?
Measure said she don't care.
She don't care. We don't care. I mean, it was just, you know, it was no money wasted. We spent $50 on the ring, and we spent. I think we all in, not even $500. And that's why I didn't have a problem walking away because there was no money spent, so it was no money wasted. Nobody came, so it was. Most people didn't even know, and it wasn't like, you know, you can be embarrassed behind it because no one came to the wedding. No, most people didn't even know I was ever married. You know, so it was cool when it faded out. So it was no big deal. The only people knew it was the people that I talked to on the phone.
I'm sorry, I was on mute. Okay, so Say says, then is this the guy she dated off and on for 30 years and he was in and out of jail, or he's a different guy? Okay, think about this. She has talked about before how she has dated this man off and on for 30 years who was in and out of jail. She just said that she dated Tomas's dad off and on for 20, 30 years. Those are two different people, but the math ain't mathing. I just need her or somebody to make the math. That's all. It's not mathing. D-Dub said nobody came, infers that people were invited. Yeah. Yanobi Dene. 30 plus 20 equals 50. Make it make sense. But they're two different dudes. And by listening to both of those stories, the math is not mathing.
And I said, same with him, because he was popular, but he wasn't the type of person that put his business out there. So yeah, he didn't have social media account, none of that. He still doesn't, you know, doesn't do none of that.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but yeah,
Well,
I experienced a husband.
Hmm.
Huh?
And you don't like being married.
It's not for me. I think marriage changes people. That's why a lot of people can, you see, date, and then as soon as they get married, they break up. And they could have been together 15 years prior. As soon as they got married, it didn't work out.
But I know people that met 5 days and get married.
That's why you got to get married often. You got to get married under a year of dating. You cannot. The longer you wait, once you do it, the worse off it is. You got to do it within 6 months of meeting a person. I mean, people move in that you know what I'm saying, with each other. So why not? But I just suggest if you're worth anything, don't marry with the state, so they can't dictate a divorce.
I know this lady named Gloria and her husband named Sal. They met 8 days after they met. They got married.
And probably still together.
Still married to this day. And they didn't have a wedding.
See, no pressure.
They got two daughters. Now they have grandkids and all that stuff. But they still married. And they 8 days. She said 8 days. They went and eloped and got married.
Yeah.
Nobody was there except they went to the house of the minister, and the minister married them that night.
I got married in a church.
I didn't get married in a church. You say you got married in a church?
I got married in a church.
Why?
Because he went to church every Sunday.
Oh, so you didn't go to church? Y'all wasn't equally yoked.
There are so many things to unpack just with that one sentence. First of all, you got married in a church, but you didn't invite anybody, but you said nobody came. So which is it? Did you invite somebody? Did you invite people and they didn't show? Because I'm thinking, why wouldn't you just go? If it's just me and him getting married, why wouldn't I just go to the justice of the peace? Like, why would you y'all stood in the church? And Sylvia comes out her mouth and says, oh, he was in church? Well, then y'all weren't equally yoked. Okay, Nesto was already married, okay, to 2 women. He plays about God and going to church. Sonya's an atheist who was raised Muslim, who at this point has no beliefs. But you said, y'all understand where I'm going with this? Sylvia's saying that marriage didn't last because they weren't equally yoked, because he went to church and she didn't. But yet, Sylvia believes that God put God put Sonya in Nesto's life. And considering the way things are going, I can buy that that's what he did. He put Sonya there. That freed up Shirley. I don't know what Edith is waiting for, but that freed up Shirley. Brought all of his crimes to the light. So that might have been God's plan. But I just make it make sense with what Sonya just said and what Sylvia's saying.
Yeah, but no.
That wasn't equally.
Yeah, but we weren't. Because we never talked about religion in our relationship ever. It never came up. He went to church. I went a couple times with him.
Oh, so you did go to church with him, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. I have a problem supporting somebody.
Yeah, like you came to church with me, huh?
I didn't get off the bed. That's something. It wasn't like I agreed to go. I was going to go.
Yeah, you was going to go.
I've been to church before, but it's never for myself. I don't go like I wake up thinking I'm going to go to church. I'm invited. I will go. I like religious people. I'm just not religious.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I have nothing against a religious person. I prefer religious people over non-religious people. But not too overly, because sometimes
I've never met anybody and determined whether or not I liked them based upon their religion. I've never done that, or whether they were religious people, because they're so much better. Religious people, they're so much better. But then she talks about the people who are on YouTube who she thinks are these church-going Christians, who really not all of them are, that she's talking about. She talks in circles. My head is starting to hurt.
It's hypocritical sometimes when it's under their arm everywhere they go. When it's in every conversation, it gets a little bit suspect. But
you're not the suspect.
It gets a little suspect. I had a tenant that was like, everything was Jesus, and everything was like she had the Bible like right there every time she spoke to me. And this woman was the worst tenant I ever had. She didn't pay the rent. she was just a nightmare. And I was like, you're supposed to be all about God and love. Look at how you act. Like, this is weird, you know? So, I mean, it's hit or miss. My grandmother was that person. And she was a very good-hearted person, you know? And she was pray for me every day, she said. Pray for you, Sonya. She knew my wild side. In my 20s, yeah. I'm saying. In and out of jail. She knew my wild side.
What?
You was in and out of jail?
Wait a minute. Measure. That's not how that song goes. Poor baby Measure is up there singing the song and she's singing it wrong. Oh, and this fool won't even stop to correct her. Justice, Mom, we just cannot make it make sense. That girl said, I rebuke all mediocre strokes after listening to this bitch. Dion Salt Bay says Nestos is supposed to be into church, and look at how he acts. So what are you saying, Ponytail? Bible Lady said, wait, she prefers religious people over non-religious people. Isn't she the said non-religious person? Oh, Dion Salt Bay, it sounded like the wheels on the bus. That was the melody it was, but them wasn't the wheels on the bus lyrics.
I've been to prison twice.
I thought you said, but then you said in and out of jail. So prison twice is not in and out of jail.
In and out of jail could be 3 times. It was a little more than that, I think.
This woman has been to jail 3 times. She's a convicted felon, and you're friends with her, but you wanted to talk about someone else who isn't a convicted felon, and blah, 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 blah. I digress.
How many times have you been to jail?
Oh, that's a hard number.
Oh, yeah, okay, then okay, in and out.
Let's say it stopped when I was 27. Let's say that. 23 to 27.
She said I was in and out of jail.
Oh, I had no guidance in my 20s. That's why it's very important to stay in your kid's life after 18. My parents weren't ever around. They like back then.
Girl, if you didn't get your guidance before you turned 20, what do you mean? And this is the second time I've heard her say this. Parents, they need to stay in their kids' life when they're in their 20s. If they didn't get it before they turned 20, they're not going to get it. Do you really think a 20-year-old is going to care about anything a parent has to say? If you ain't got it by the time you reach your 20s, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know, Danae, her daughter lived with, I don't know how many years, but it was for some years, mainly when she was in and out of prison. She ain't even saying I was in and out of jail. She says she was in and out of prison in her 20s. But yet, she wants us to believe she worked as a CO. How'd that work? You did your whole years of your 20s in and out of prison. Okay. You've worked supposedly in the field of law. 35 minus 25 equals 10. How did I'm in, and you were a CO? Can somebody please make that math work for me? Because it is not working for me. Bible Lady said, how many times have you been to jail? That number I heard for not me, for that number, not for me, 0. Yeah, I was not, I was in and out of colleges getting degrees in my 20s. That's what I was doing. Dion Salt Bay said at 12, they think they are grown. So what are you teaching them at 20? I'm just saying. And also think about this. So you're saying this and stay in your kids' lives when they're in their 20s, but yet the hardest thing on this earth to do is to be a black man. Okay, that's one of the hardest things. And Nesto had a black male child whose life he didn't even meet him till he was 13 years old. But you said he's a good dad. Rakia said, how old was she when she got Pow Pow? There was somewhere in her 20s. Hey, let's talk about it all. Say, Legacy, you going to the moon to keep putting us on mute. I know, I keep forgetting. Salt and Pepper Trusted said she went to prison twice and in and out of jail. Prison twice, in and out of jail. And that's because her parents weren't in, at 20, they said, okay, you on your own sport. And that's what had happened to her.
Cut you off at 18 and be like, see you later, good luck. And so that's why I stay in my kids' life in their 20s heavy, because I know what I did in my 20s. I effed them up. So going off of what happened to me, I got to raise my kids better. So I was the example, of what not to do. And so, oh yeah, I was a little.
And that's why Tomas is 56 and you still buying his clothes. And now we know why she doesn't have a problem taking care of someone who is about to be 61 bald. Shay B said, in my 20s, counting the yard at the university, coding on the yard at the university while walking from building to building. Like I said, I went to college when I got out of school and pretty much stayed in there, going back and forth, getting different degrees in my 20s. And I think I got my last one in my 30s. That's what people do. I don't have time for my parent to be in my life when I'm in my 20s. I got other stuff. I got to go to the club. I got to hang out on the campus. I got to be here, there, and everywhere. I don't have time for my parent to be teaching me stuff at 20.
A little gangster in my 20s.
Not a gangster.
I'm a nice person. I don't screw people over, but what I'm saying, I did some things in my 20s.
Isn't stealing?
I did some things in my 20s.
Reformed, right?
Huh?
You reformed, right?
I say I haven't been in trouble since 27. Since I was 27. I stopped. I got tired. You got to get tired. So I got tired of getting arrested. So again, no guidance, and I was hanging around the wrong people. Everybody I was hanging around was about that life. I wasn't hanging around people that had jobs and went to college and
so,
you know what I'm saying?
You said about that life. You were they were doing the criminal life.
So when you hanging around people that's about that life, what is your influence? What is your influence? So
what is their what?
And then I almost got arrested one time, and the guy told me, if you can't do what comes with this life, stop doing it.
What was you
and
doing?
I didn't stop. I just took that with okay. I was 23 when I got that conversation, and I
were you doing things like bank robbery and things like that?
Oh my God, no. No, I was.
I didn't want to be around those kind of people, because if I was going out to party, that means you ain't got no money, and you about that life, and you ain't really doing nothing. That means you ain't got no money to give me gas, pay my way in the club. I mean, something, we go 50-50. If you get in trouble and you not focused, that means you have nothing to contribute into the things that I was doing, going places. You ain't got no money. And if you getting it, you ain't getting it the right way. So you still ain't riding in my car.
Not doing that. That would have been cool because I would have some money, but no, it was not that.
Were you a booster?
I used to boost. That was my start.
Like you used to be a
my
booster.
start was boosting.
Because you seem like you probably.
Let me tell you. I got some crazy boosting stories, but it was boosting. It was boosting first, and it was so stupid because I didn't have to do any of that stuff. I had a degree at the time. I had a construction background. There was no reason for me to break the law, right?
Were you boosting at the high?
I had a degree at the time. It wasn't no reason for me to be out boosting. Girl, what y'all could... Okay, that dude 06. Thank you so much for the super chat. That dude 06 said, why hang around Nesto? He ain't go to motherfucking college. He went to Job Co. So you hanging around this man that went to Job Co. and you got this college degree and you're boosting and going in and out of prison. Do you know, I've always worked. I've always had a good job as soon as I graduated high school. And I went, like, for my undergrad, I went full time, but then, anything after that, I went part-time. And it was a struggle trying to go full-time, trying to work, try to do my homework, try to party. It was hard, but I did it. You mean to tell me you managed to be in and out of prison jail. You went to prison twice. You've been in and out of jail, and had your degree. All of this, okay. She must have got her degree in prison, whatever that's in.
In stores.
Heck shit. Oh my gosh. Don't play. Nothing but high end. Men's
You look
suits,
like the
fur
type of
coats, all that. All that. Yeah.
Oh, that dude 06. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Chanel Heslop. She says degree for construction. The math ain't mathing. The stories ain't telling. Good grief.
I was good, and then I got caught, so I wasn't that good. Right?
Yeah, so he wasn't that good.
Wasn't that good. But I used to make money off of it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No,
The one that used to knock on people's doors like
No, I didn't do that. I had customers. I didn't need to do that. Because everybody knew that's what I did. So it wasn't a problem of me going in and, making my money. But yeah, that was the start. And the adrenaline that you get coming out that store, like, you scared, but once you get to the car, you're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Then you go back and you do it again until you get caught. And I got caught.
This is a sticker.
I got caught.
Kind of remind me. I was watching a video about a couple of months ago. There was a lady who the police let she came out the store and everything. She had wrapped the stuff inside her underwears. And, yeah, you
around
saw
your
that
body, inside your armpit, in a purse, in the baby stroller.
Baby stroller.
You had it inside the baby coat, in the arm of the baby coat. There's plenty of places you can get out. How you can get. Man, one time I had got.
She was putting merch in her baby's coat. This is a sticker. So I Revived said would you say I revised we was on 20? I think we got more than 26 ball lies. I think she said lie number 26 ball. She dropped out of court reporting school. She couldn't even finish court reporting school at that college, if I'm not mistaken. Black but not bitter. That was it wasn't even what do you call it? Not certified, but gosh, what is it called when you shouldn't be operating because you ain't got what you're supposed to have to operate? It was that's what happened to that college. So it's too complicated, says Sonya. Your lies ain't lying. Make it make sense. You can't even tell a good lie. B. Janae says she went to ICDC with Bow Wow. I don't think that was Bow Wow. Wasn't that Master P's son? What was that dude? What is Master P's son? I can't think of his name, but yeah. Bobby Lady said bragging about being a booster is not a flex. Girl, yes, it is, honey, because she was a booster back in the days before. See, now you can text your boosters, and this is what I'm learning from the cop cams. You text your boosters and you tell them what you can do it. You can pre-order what you want. They go steal it for you. Okay, she was a booster before there was cell phones, so that was hard. That took that Romeo. Thank you, y'all. That took some dedication for her to boost without a cell phone.
That's right after I got shot. I had a cast for like 2 months on my arm, all the way up to my shoulder. And my shoe was untied. And I had all of this stuff on me. And I walked up to the police and was like, can you tie my shoe for me? And I was full of shit. And he was like, no problem. And he tied my shoe and I got all kind of stuff on me.
So you was boosting with your baby. Okay. Boosting, and you said you was a good parent. I taught my kids right. You should be in your kids' life. You know, well into their 20s, so you can teach them the right ways and the ways he should go. There's a song the kids used to sing in the church talking about if you train up a child in the ways that he should go, he shall not depart. So in her 20s, she still wanted to be parented because she wouldn't have been out there boosting if she had been parented at that age. Okay, I want y'all to know that. But she was a booster from way back, y'all. So that was saying something. And she went up to the police boosting with her baby. You have been pow-powed in front of your baby and you're boosting. But you raised your kids up right. Now, that's what she said, not me.
You was a pro, wasn't you?
It's bad as fuck.
Oh my God.
But I'm the type of person that don't harm people and I don't fuck people over. But that was like a crime against a corporation. Let's say that. Because it was against Dillard and Saks and those type of stores.
Look, I knew a booster that lived in my neighborhood, and they said they call themselves Robin Hood.
They did what? They call
They call
themselves what?
themselves Robin Hood because they rob from the rich to give to the poor.
I mean, don't break the law. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to stay in people's lives. And
Now, this is going to be a stupid question, Bible lady. Why do you have Mr. Potato Head as your avatar? Please tell me. Why, y'all? Why? Look at this. It's Mr. Potato Head. Shavy says Sonya was in the stores biting and popping no-go apparel scissors. Yeah, because I don't think back then, now they got the little things that the boosters take in the store and flip off. They didn't even have that back then. She was a booster from way back, y'all. That's her talent. That is her talent. CJ said that's Beaker from the Muppets. That's Beaker from the Muppets. Okay, y'all know I told y'all last night. Well, I kind of know the Muppets, not all of them, but I know some of them.
from birth all the way to 30.
I got bad eyes. It just looked like Mr. Potato Head, but Beaker from the Muppets. Okay.
And just make sure you guide people not to get in trouble and to stay out the way and do. You know what I'm saying? That's why my kids are great. Because of what I went through and what I did, and I was able to. And then me knowing going for school to paralegal, and then knowing the laws and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I was there to educate them and keep them completely out of trouble. So I was the sacrifice. You know.
She sacrificed and boosted and was in and out of jail plus prison 2 times, pow in front of her kids, all of this in front of her kids, but she was a good role model and a good parent.
And it was cool because I have the mentality, like you got to be built for it. So every time you go into jail for this stupid stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're not in there. You know how people be in interrogation crying and you sitting there like for real, like you went out the house with a gun looking for somebody and you shot him. Now you're in jail crying. Like, why are you crying? You know what I'm saying? Why you crying? You deliberately did that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't. And that was the thing with me. I owned it. I got caught.
She's a G, son, because she owned it. I'm not going to sit up in here and cry. Yeah, I did it. Lock me up. Take me off to jail. Send me to prison twice. I did it. I'm going to take mines, and I am not going to sit up in here and cry about it, okay?
All right, here we go. You know, and I call my lawyer. What now? Well, you know what I be doing. Let's go to court. Let's go to court. And I go to court and beat it, don't beat it, whatever. But I'm not going to be in there crying about it because I went out the house knowing I'm about to go do some bad shit. And I got to own. You got to own what I did until you get tired. And I owned it, and cry about it. Yeah. Just went and did.
Miss Mad About Music says court reporter and paralegal are 2 different things, Sonya. You did not go to school for either. And guess what, Miss Mad About Music? I'm not so sure that she knows that those were 2 different things. PW said she was a sacrifice, like Nesto was a sacrifice for Shirley. What you breathing for? Says the lawyer she was sleeping with, Butler. Yeah, the lawyer she was sleeping with. And by the way, she talks about how she was a good mother and a good role model. And look how she has been ignoring Measure for about an hour while she talks to Sylvia on the internet. Mind you, this was on last night when we were doing after dark. We started after dark at 10:15. Measure should have been in the bed, actually. So if you was really a good mother, Measure would have been in the bed, not sitting up listening to you talking about boosting and being shot.
Sure. You grow up and all it is breaking somebody's rules. That's all it is.
I think it's a little bit more than breaking somebody's rule. When
it is. It's breaking a rule. That's all it is. It's against the law. It's a rule, and you break it. And that's what,
not just breaking the rules. Sometimes you hurt people.
No, I didn't hurt nobody. I told you, I only stole from corporations. I didn't go in people's houses. I've never stolen from a single person.
Ever. Yeah, but you still hurting people because it's the corporation going to put it on.
That's a lie. They're insured. That's a lie. They just say that. Oh, that's a lie. They're worth billions. You a lie. I wasn't stealing millions or just thousands, but I wasn't stealing $50,000 worth of stuff.
Making the price higher for other people because
That's a lie too. Very sure.
I don't remember this. Born to Count said Sonya told Nesto in one of the early phone calls when she went on the run that everybody left Atlanta, that her daughter and granddaughter, I think, went to Vegas, and her son went to Miami. I don't remember that call. Not saying it didn't happen. CJ said, yeah, she did at Born to Count. Yeah, I don't remember that call, but that doesn't mean anything because I don't remember half of them.
They're overpriced. The thing that they purchase it for, think about it. They purchase an item for $5 and then they mark it up to $100. So if they sell one, if somebody come in there and steal 5, they still made money because they sat there and overpriced that one. So don't ever think if somebody go in there and steal, because they don't get that much stuff. Well, now they do because how many people are doing it. But don't ever think because somebody went in there and stole $50 that now prices go up, because that one item is marked 100 times more than what they paid for.
But it ain't just one person stealing; it's more.
I'm just saying, it's not this. Well, with the exception of Walmart, because you know how people be going in there stealing the toiletries and stuff like that on a regular. I mean, it's a lot worse now than then. That was the 90s. So, because I was a CO in the 80s.
See, we can't make this stuff up. She says she was a CO in the 80s. So what? She didn't start going to jail till the 90s. You oh my God, you can't make it up. You just cannot. So y'all say that y'all remember that call. So tell me this, NPR nerd. How is it that okay, now she wasn't a good role model for her kids when they was little, because you got to be a good role model when they're in their 20s. I would assume since her daughter had a child, she would have had to be between the ages of teenager to early 20s. And Sonya was on the run from something then. So when did these good examples happen? It didn't happen when you got shot in front of your child. It didn't happen when you were boosting in front of your child. It didn't happen when your child had a child and you was on the run. When did this good parenting come in? I just want to know. Shaby said Sonya Durham Waller should be a speaker at Clark Atlanta graduation ceremony. What a good redemption story for the HBCU undergraduates. With your breathing folks says, so it's okay. How did these things, prison twice, in and out of jail in your 20s, but you were a CO? Okay, let's listen to that. Since this is almost done, probably about 3 more minutes, let's go back and listen to that lie again.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't, and that was the thing with me. I owned it. I got caught. All right, here we go. You know, and I called my lawyer. What now? You know, well, you know what I be doing. You know, let's go to court. You know, let's go to court. And I go to court and beat it, don't beat it, whatever. But I'm not gonna be in there crying about it, because I went out the house knowing I'm about to go do some bad shit, and I gotta own what I did until you get tired. And I owned it, you know, and cry about it.
Fortunately for us, Delicate Dell is already on the moon because she says CO equals cock oralist. So fortunately for us, she is already on the moon. Oh gosh, somebody had another math ain't mathin' comment. Where is it? Where they were saying that her. Okay, Cece said, how was she a CO in the 80s and she's less than 60? The math ain't mathing. The math never maths with her. Divas 314 says a CO, a college graduate, 3 20-year relationships, and a partridge in a pear tree. That's what it pretty much that's what it sounds like it is, a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah. Just went and did, went to court. You know, you grow up and you know, all it is breaking somebody's rules. That's all it is.
I think it's a little bit more than breaking somebody's rule.
No, it is. It's breaking a rule. That's all it is. It's against the law. It's a rule, and you break it. And that's what,
not just breaking the rule. Sometimes you hurt people.
No, I didn't hurt nobody. I told you, I only stole from corporations. I didn't go in people's houses.
You hurt people because when you steal from corporations, I don't care that you're not going in someone's house. When you steal from corporations, what does that corporation do? They raise the prices. They're, in fact, affecting me as a consumer, making me have to pay more money for my items. It's not hurting anybody. Just like she thinks Nesto stealing that money from them women, allegedly. She thinks that, that's not a crime. It's civil. Which, here again, if she was really a paralegal, she would know that that's not the case. And especially in Georgia, if you look it up, it's optional. You can do civil, you can do criminal. And when you are doing theft by deception to multiple people, so you mean to tell me, Sonya, you think it's okay that he owes over 200,000 to one person, and he got credit card numbers and stuff from another person, and it's all civil, and they shouldn't be hurt like that? How do you reconcile that? You steal from corporations. Well, guess what? Let's go with your logic. He steals from people. So what does that make him?
I've never stolen from a single person.
Yeah, but you're still hurting people because it's the corporation going to put it on.
That's a lie. They're insured.
And Sylvia, you started off right, because you're saying that when you steal from people, from corporations, it's still putting it off on the people. But Sylvia, you sit there and you support Nesto, and he stole from actual people.
That's a lie. They just say that.
One with a disabled child.
They just say that. Oh, that's a lie. They're worth billions. You a lie. I wasn't stealing millions or just thousands, but I wasn't stealing $50,000 worth of stuff.
Making the price higher for other people because
that's a lie too. They're insured. They're overpriced. The thing that they purchase it for.
Yes, they're insured and they're overpriced, but guess what? Their insurance premiums go up by you stealing. And what do? Raise the prices of the stuff I gotta buy. Her logic.
Think about it. They purchase an item for $5 and then they mark it up to $100. So if they sell one, if somebody come in there and steal 5, they still made money because they sat there and overpriced that one. So don't ever think if somebody go in there and steal, because they don't get that much. Well, now they do because how these people are doing it. But don't ever think because somebody went in there and stole $50 that now prices go up, because that one item is marked 100 times more than what they paid for.
But it ain't just one person stealing. It's more.
I'm just saying it's just not this. Well, with the exception of Walmart, because you know how people be going in there stealing the toiletries and stuff like that on a regular. I mean, it's a lot worse now than then. That was the 90s. So, because I was a CO in the 80s. Yeah, I didn't start breaking them off to the 90s, but yeah, in the 80s, I was good though.
Well, my dear, I am. You know that time. I'm getting sleepy.
In the 80s, I was a good girl. KK Scorpio. Oh, it's okay that he took that white ghost from the dealership in California because it's from a corporation. Right. It with her logic and reasoning, yes, it was okay. Now, mind you, they're going to raise the prices, even though they got insurance. Guess what? The insurance company's going to say, you know what, folks are stealing too many cars from you. We're going to have to raise your premium, especially since we got to pay out to you. So they raise their premium. And what does that do? Raise the price of the vehicles that other people have to buy.
Go ahead, get so.
You know how I am. I get so sick. I'm like ready to hit the
crazy mess, total mess. I got to clean. That's crazy. But yeah, no. Hey, nice catching up.
We'll be back on our Friday night, so
I don't expose all my secrets, y'all. No, I didn't. Everybody knew that. You just didn't watch the video, huh?
There's more secrets to come. What video?
I ain't got no secrets. I wonder when that girl tried to put all my business out there, like somebody was gonna be ashamed and offended by it. Anyway.
Okay, right here. I'm sorry. Yeah. I need my old person's sleep now.
You need your old person's what now?
Sleep.
Oh yeah. That's you putting it out there, see?
Mm-hmm. Oh well, I'm my 20 years younger body now. I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, get your nap on.
Well, thank you, Miss Sonya, for
gracing us chatting it up.
Presence.
You what happened? Oh, you so silly. Right.
Thank you, my dear.
Don't believe the rumors.
Huh?
I said don't believe the rumors.
I won't. And look, let's make sure you keep your current events up so we can talk about it the next time, because we're gonna be doing hot topics of what's happening in the world.
I just happen to know all 3 of those stories.
Okay.
So Sylvia says, Sonya, next Friday when I have you on here, please make sure you up on current events because we're gonna be talking about them and you don't know nothing. That's what Sylvia really said. That's the shade of it all. Okay. Sonya said, I knew about those three stories. You may have known about the stories, but you didn't know the accuracy of the story. The man working in Walmart in a wig. Girl, he wanted. What social security number was he going to provide for working in Walmart in a wig? Diva Shawnee, thank you so much for the member milestone. She's been a member for 5 months. She says this is one lion Mary Jane Rotten crotch. All right, Diva Shawnee. Thank you for the member milestone and thank you for supporting. Salt and Pepper Trusted says for any law enforcement position, including a correctional officer, a felony conviction is an immediate disqualifier in nearly all jurisdictions. And like someone in the chat was saying, if she's in her 50 balls right now, she's 57 ball, okay? And she was in the 80s. She was a CO. She should have still been in at least high school. So make the math. She had to come out of high school in what, 85 or something like that. So when did she work as a CO? They're not going to hire you until you're at least 18 and you was boosting and things. So Sonya, we're going to replay this stuff and laugh at you, which is what we're doing now, because you are a pathological liar. I'm going to look to see if there's any other kind of names for liars, because this woman is a pathological liar. The truth is not in her. And if she doesn't know, she'll just make it up as she goes. Delicate Dell said Diva Shawnee needs to go to the moon. Well, the only reason why she's not Delicate Dell is because we're done just about. So there's no point in sending her. But you're right about that. And I had thought that Delicate Dell. She needed to go to the moon for that. Dimples Wimples has been a member for 5 months. And she says Sonya is not a fossil. Thank you for the member milestone, Dimples Wimples, and thank you for supporting. And y'all, Dimples Wimples is already on the moon. So Chick-fil-A gal said, Daddy in his grave saying my mental disturbance, bald head child is lying. Not only is he saying that, he's saying my mentally disturbed bald headed child is lying on the internet again. That's what he's saying. Okay.
I
So
knew.
you just
I knew it.
bring some news stories in. Bring some news stories in next time for our next time.
Let's talk about some happy stories next time.
Absolutely. We're gonna do happy stories next time.
I'm going to
Talk
Google
about
every
some
last one.
Have a
uplifting.
good one. Bye, everybody. Good night.
Later for you.
Later. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Sylvia. You know what? I have to see what time they come on Friday. We might have to make After Dark even a little later so we can watch this with Native. I thank all of you for being here. This was wonderful. I need a nap. I don't know if I'm going to come back. Y'all might see me later. I can't say for sure. But I was here and we did this. We had to send a lot of people to the moon. It's extra crowded up there right now. And y'all are welcome to leave, come down off of that moon, because we going to try next time to see if you can behave. But I thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the member milestones, the cash apps, the super stickers, the super chats. Shout out to the marvelous Moonlight Mods. Special shout out to all of you members who have been members for like a year just about and whatnot and things. And for those of you who are new members, thank you. Shay B, she gifted 10 Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries memberships last night. And I want to thank her again for that. Delicate Dell said, I'm stealing some of this cheese before I come down. Yes, because we eat smoked Gouda up here on the moon. with crackers. Y'all, at Trader Joe's, I bought these raisin rosemary crisp. I didn't know what they was going to taste like, but they are really good. And I wish I had me another box because I am chewing them things down. But we're going to get out of here. Maybe I'll see you tonight. Maybe I won't. If I don't, I will definitely see you tomorrow night when we do body cams. I think I'm gonna have some Arkansas stuff so I can show Aunt Natty people in Arkansas get arrested too. Hey, obsessed with the mess. And don't forget, Native will be on tomorrow afternoon with the strawberry sundae. V is not feeling too good right now, so I doubt that she will be on this weekend. But nevertheless, our prayers and thoughts are with her. Y'all have yourselves a good night. I appreciate y'all for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Where is my go home music? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.